Everybody, what's up? Welcome to another show once again, man. Welcome to the Sports Frenzy show. I know that you guys were probably looking for us a bit earlier, but hey, it's better to be here than never, huh? I'm sure about that. But beautiful day just culminated. Some very good performances. And as always, we're here to dissect it, whether we're here to talk foolishness or educate you the mass. And I know that you guys love to hear our views because they said that we educate a lot of you. So, of course, we're here to break it down for you guys. So, remember, once again, big up to our sponsor, Let's Care Medical, Let's Care Practical. Big up Shakes and the family over there. And without further ado, let's just welcome these gentlemen and say, yo, done with them one vice, big vice, strictly Jamaica vice.
Yes,
What's up,
sir.
man?
What's up, boss? What's up, man? Ready to dissect these nice races.
Yes, man. And of course, man of the moment, man of the hour, as I always say, Coach Q himself. Welcome, man. We're good.
Big up, my respect. Always a pleasure.
Say less. All right, gentlemen. The date was. Let us all just say that the 200-meter records are still intact. That's one, but we're not going to start right there. We're going to start at the women's triple jump final.
Boy,
Boy,
I, the field
Shanika,
events them.
Shanika, there's nothing really that you could have done. It was just
Yeah,
an excellent,
season's best 1492 and not medal. That is unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
absolutely.
it's unheard of. And I think the resilience of Rojas
Oh, jeez, man.
and her sixth and final jump from eighth place to secure a win. I'm pretty sure this one is probably, she has won a lot, but I'm pretty sure this one will be probably on top,
At the
in
top.
terms of her, yeah, man, in terms of her favorite goals, because that was an awesome level of competition.
Yes, man. And as the rightfully stated, she just barely made the final because I believe she and I think it's RJ from USA had the
Yeah,
same
yeah, I
jump,
just say, but
but she just
they
made it
had to
miss and
take the
count back.
yarn count back, and I said, boy, and then from there to come through and win. Mine, we all know how Roas is, and in terms of once she gets it. But the typical person would have faltered and struggled, or succumb to the pressure of being like being the anxiety of thing. But I think she just summed up everything in the last and said, listen, this is it, and and
Absolutely.
pull through, and just like all the field events have shown so far, it's not over till the last throw or till the last jump. That's what it is. Yeah, so
Yep.
awesome performance from all the ladies in that final.
All right, and before I get Kems in, Miranda, big up yourself. And to everybody else, man, big up on yourself in the chat and ensure that you're sharing the video and all of the good stuff. Kems, you always
Yo,
talk about clutch. This that Ross did in that final round of jump.
mm-hmm.
That was a clutch performance. That is a performance of a champion. And
Yep.
man, it was just out of this world, man. Because as the referee stated, she was basically struggling, if we're being honest. She was struggling up until that point, and then just to come out and just give you that 15.08, that was massive. So you can go ahead and dissect it.
This one, I think let's say what she hasn't lost since 2017. Since 2017, she has won every major championship that's out there, and That's the mark of a champion. And I know Coach Q always come and say, medal not put on for nobody. Nobody at all them put on, or else there will be no reason for the competition, right? But again, as I stated, that is the mark of a champion. That is someone that she could have the last place. You can't write out until she have zero jumps. Till she have zero jumps remain. And we have watched the field event. We have watched Tajiri Kiel earn a bronze medal with his last jump. We have watched other hombre who can't pronounce his name get a gold medal with his last jump.
Oh, 10 to
You
go.
know, and yeah, so like these things are just really incredible. This is what the competition is all about, and I'm really obviously really happy for Roas, and you can see no matter how many times you win. Imagine you have been a champion since 2017 onwards, and at this particular one, you win differently. You wasn't at the front leading, jumping. You had to dig deep. You had to give every single thing that you had, and you see how she was was overcome with emotions. After she won. Realizing, hey, nothing is given to me. And I've always said it. It's always better to be the hunter than the hunted. When you are the hunted, you feel everything because everybody is coming for you. When you're the hunter, you just want to win. You just want to be amongst the medals. But once again, great, fantastic performance as we talk about. Shanika, great person, great competitor, great athlete. That's obviously, we could see that she was indeed disappointed. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes. There's only 3 medals and a plethora of athletes competing. Everybody can win a medal. You would love if your country is in that top 3, but it wasn't. It didn't happen that way. And go back to the drawing board. The season is still there, and then the Olympics is next year. A lot of time for you to improve and come
But you know
again.
what hurts though, bro?
Mhm.
You see that athlete from Ukraine, Bekra Manchuk? Bro, she's supposed to be gutted. First round in the farm, 15 meters, and then to lose on the last jump. Like, bro, that's just crazy.
Yeah, she was holding on to that 15 dead like it was her life. I mean, I think she might have inside rejoiced every time Rojas had a foul or she wasn't getting it together. So it's like, this is my chance. You get me?
Yep.
And she was positioned right. It's like if you're having a bad day, it going cost you. Yeah, and same for Ricketts. I think she had an awesome spirit. She did, I think, 2 or 3 seasons best. She's like point 0.6, actually point 0.4 from her personal best. So she really went out there, and it was fun to watch because I think the first jump she go with 1487, then somebody come boom 15
No,
flat, the next one
1484.
come 1484, then the
Yes,
next
and then
person come
the
15 flat.
Cuban, I think it was Fernandez. No,
Right.
no, other way around. So,
1496.
so first it was Ricketts, then it was Bekram
Ricketts,
Manchuk,
Beckham
then the
Manchuk,
Cuban,
and
of
then your
course.
Cuban. Yeah, man. So then she was sitting pretty in third for a while, and then what's your name? The Lafond. Then Lafond come with the 1490
Yeah, Lafan
and
just
push
pushed
her
her
down.
out.
Yeah, and push her out and say, no man, and then she come boom. But by this time, Rose already she needed a 15-meter to get into the medal, and I was hoping she would have gotten it, but boy, I can't beat her. I can't beat her.
Absolutely not, man. We're not going to beat her, man.
Yeah,
Because sometimes I said that she
nah,
could have done better before in certain championship, but this time around,
yeah, but
can't fault
she
her any
performed.
at all.
She showed up. She
She
showed up. She
did.
was just beaten. That was it. She was just beaten.
And guess what's surprising? You know that I was watching the championship and the Cuban, what's her name? Fernandez. I was surprised that
Hmm.
she's just 21 years old.
Yep.
1496 at 21.
Yeah, I tell you, it's the
And then
the
I
the
was looking at
future for track
another
and field
athlete
is
from
bright.
US. I don't think, yeah, there's another athlete from US. I don't think she competed. Her name is Jasmine Moore. She has gone
Hmm.
15.12, and I saw that she's 22 years old. So I'm like, damn, this event looks good going forward.
Yep. It's not going to. I think all the events, the standard has stepped up like tremendously. Like we've seen the hammer. with the Canadian. We see it in the discus. You get me?
Yeah,
When anybody think that any America that was supposed to win the goal is Alma, and then out of nowhere,
here comes the next
so
American.
yeah, it's just amazing, and I think it's doing justice to the sport. And I
Yep.
think the sport is growing as far as popularity and getting that sort of traction, and I'd love to see it continue to blossom into to the level of all those other football and all those other sports.
The competitive nature is there, man, because as you stated, even I think it was the javelin. There's this one particular girl that
Hmm.
was leading from the very first throw, and then there
Yep,
came the Japanese.
yep, yep.
There goes the gold
Just
medal in
came, and
smokes.
there goes the gold medal in smokes, fam. Like it's you could have tasted it.
Even the girl
Yeah,
from
but
Latvia, she was sitting pretty with that third place, and she
yeah,
was
I
sure of
just
the
like,
medal, and then when
yep. It's like, yeah, man, I
but
have it, I have it. You start thinking about how your life is changing, and then yeah, somebody just come and just steal a joy, boy. And yeah, and these persons like the Colombian Hurtado, she actually threw her area record, personal best, everything to get into first place. And it's like, all right, I put it all out there. And then Japanese just come and say, not today.
true.
Amazing
Um,
sport, man. Loving it.
so next we're gonna focus on the 800 meter. I see a lot of people rejoicing. They said that they're happy that Natalia Gold is not in that final because she wouldn't have done anything in that final. But if there's one person that I'm happy about, it's one
Tracy.
Adele Tracy. Like
Yeah, man.
Tracy, one thing in Tracy mind, I want to make a final. That's all she wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So she wants to make a
Mm-hmm.
final. And if there's one thing I'm happy about, every time you see this girl on the track, she's smiling. She's enjoying
Yeah,
what
man.
she's doing. And
Yeah, man.
there she was. She's into the final with a PB. Absolutely delighted for her, man.
Listen,
The,
I am so happy for Adele. I was very disappointed in the execution of Latoya's race. I think she, I don't know why she figured that she could have outkicked anybody to put her in an automatic position. She should have definitely used her strength in terms of running out, set a pace, and just get going. This is a world championship semis. You can't take any sort of, you can't take prisoners. You can't be gauging, and Adele, she stepped up to the plate and she was in a fast semi and she's like, listen, I am, I am going with this crowd. They are going to carry me. And she fight and got that fourth place, which was good enough to get her to non-automatic qualifier. And with an impressive 158, a time that she has probably only dreamt of, and making her first final. And I'm really proud for her, and I'm happy to see her having a Jamaican in that. And I think before the championships, I've always said is that if there's any time that goal can win or get a medal, a strong medal in the 800, it's this year. But not
I,
not to that sort of execution.
so I believe we have always said that about Natalia Gould. Like we have always tried to give her the benefit. No, seriously. We've always tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, and she has showed us why we're not supposed to. But yet still, we still do. And as I think Fluffy right here, Fluffy Evertight is saying it. She run too long now, way too long. If we can't execute a perfect race. Every single race she run is okay. She should have did this, she should have did that. And the coach what she have, who is considered one of the greats of the sport. So now who is it? Is it the coach or is it the athlete? Is it that the athlete is just tough, or what is going on? What's the plan behind the scenes? But I was talking to a friend of mine and I was like,
I'll tell you one thing before you finish. As
uh-huh,
a coach, we put them out there. When the athletes go out there, we can't run the race for them.
yeah.
So she would have gotten all the tools, everything delivered, but we can't run the race for them. They now
Yeah.
have to deliver.
And not really segue, but also segue to what Coach Q was saying. I was watching the interview with Raven Rogers, and she was saying her coach won't be happy with the race what she ran, but she got the result that was needed. and that's qualified for the finals. Natalia Good is like the opposite. The coach not happy, and then she still not achieved the goal with fear own race for she make up. And again, Akil have said it, Coach Q have said it, people in the comment section have said it. Everybody know she don't have that last 100-meter speed. So you crumbling up with everybody, it is going to be a problem. And again, with an athlete, not the athlete of the elite caliber, but like the ordinary, the mid-level athletes. Anytime you see them start look on that screen, looking where
Yeah,
everybody
man.
is at, it
Yeah,
is
man.
a
You get
problem.
by. You
It
get
is
by.
a problem. Them boss, and they're trying. Oh God. We see it. We see with Natalia. Well, obviously,
The
she
look
has
of
been.
desperation.
Yup. After Kenya Sinclair, I think Natalia Gould has stepped up, and she
Yeah.
has been the representation for us. All right. But again, as we said yesterday, Jamaica is the best and the worst nation to represent because we will give you a thumbs up, but after a while we're very
Enough.
impatient.
Enough fire. Like
Yeah,
enough.
man. Yeah, man. And then see, Ariel Tracy now come and it's like, as I said, she's always smiling. She runs with a smile. She runs with a joy. Very, very pleasant personality. I've even, when I was at the World Championships, she came in the stands. She was talking to everybody. She was smiling with everybody. You would have swear she's a friend from a long time. Well, I don't she want a long conversation. She's just happy to be able to represent the country and to represent at a high level and just to give her best every single time. I remember when she was running I think it was the 1500 at trials, you know, in that race because Jamaica didn't have a lot of representatives. So some high school athletes ran as well, right? And when the race finished, she went to every single one of them. I was just saying, hey, good race, keep your head up, continue doing what you're doing. And I'm paraphrasing, I don't know what she's saying. But based on what the interaction that I'm seeing is that, hey, continue working, don't give up. Those kind of encouragement. You love to see that from a scene because she could have just go about her business and do whatever. But just taking the time out, it says a lot. And again, you know, we're not always get a medal, as I've said, we're not always get a medal, but leave with something, a season's
Hmm.
list, a personal list, something that, all right, the Olympics is next year, this is something that I want to build on, and again, the 800-meter, obviously, it is absolutely stacked right now, so to get a medal there, you have to be really lucky, hope somebody pull out, injuries, something like that, to be up there. But I'm really happy for Adele Tracy. We know Natalia Gould is not going to give up. She'll be back next year. But we just want to see her put a race together where we can say, boy, Natalia did her best, and she couldn't do anything else. And a lot of
Right.
persons are saying the mixed relay was still on our mind, some way, somehow. But I think there will always be an excuse when we don't
Hey,
progress.
Fluffy. Hey, Fluffy. Why I rush the show, Fluffy? We're not going anywhere, man.
Roughly one cut to the chase, man.
For sure.
But here's Del Olivier saying that goal reminds me of West Indies cricket team. Love them. Yes, hopeful
Hey.
performances.
Uh,
Archaic and art attack,
ah,
most definitely.
boy, them rough boy. West Indies
Rough.
cricket team. Ja,
Less said, the better. But
the better.
the thing that disappointed me about goal though is that, like, come on, 2 minutes, fam. Like that was the slowest of the semis, and
She had an easy semi.
very easy because I mean,
She had
even
an
if you
easy
look at
semi.
Jamaica, yes, Jamaica has been doing decent in the last few Diamond League. Yeah, she has done
Hmm.
quite decent in the last few, but if you look at what she has really run and what Raven Rogers has been doing, it's not a case as if it's out of this world. You're not in a
No.
semi-final that contains Keely Hodgkinson, Mary Mora,
Mm-mm.
18 Moo
Mm-mm.
and those people. Come on, man.
Remember, she's going into the championships with a 1 minute 57 that you ran in July a month ago.
Look at that. She ran 159 in the
159 in
heats.
the heats. So clearly, like, come on, man. As in, as a coach, I wouldn't even sound harsh, but I wouldn't even credit that one a good try.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Like what?
that's
Like
a
what you know?
poor race.
I
And here's
remember. Oh, go ahead, boss.
there's Carlene saying that personality and talent make a superstar, Kims. Trust me, I see that in Adele. I,
So,
I, I, li- I listened to her speak and man, I was just taken away, like literally.
She's easily loved.
yep.
Yep.
Just like, just like Shelly. Shelly can do
Hmm.
no wrong Shelly can do no wrong in a some
In the
Jamaican book.
No, in the world's book,
Yep. Yep.
Shelley
And,
is
Yes, right.
loved worldwide.
and
Yes, right
Shelly,
now, Adele
huh?
can't do no wrong for me.
It's a
Right
Shelly.
now, it don't even matter the result that come in the finals.
Yep.
It don't
We
even
are
matter the
cheer
result.
Adele
Can't do
same
no
way.
wrong.
Yeah, as far
Yep.
as we can say, Adele don't win.
Bro, Shelly is like the gold standard for
Hmm.
Jamaica personality.
Yeah,
She's everybody who do an interview is compared to Shelly. Oh, Shelly wouldn't do that. Shelly would be smiling. Shelly would, so again, here comes Ariel now, somebody who, can quote unquote, mirror that kind of personality. And listen, Natalia Gould, as Coach Q say, you wouldn't really credit her not even with a good try. I remember when at the was at Olympics, even when Ilian ran the race that she ran, Frano wasn't happy because he didn't believe that she executed the race she was supposed to execute. And he gave her some real choice words around there. And again, it should be the same for Lataya Good. Even though she's supposed to have dream about the words them. But coach I give to her right now because, of the performance that she got there and produce. But again,
as
remember, but
as the coach for any athlete, when an athlete goes out there, the standard that you've set. You've prepared this athlete, and by in the training sessions, all right, so you've rehearsed this numerous times. So this is how you do that. That is how you do that. You go out there, you execute the race plan just as we slated. And if you do anything, no matter the outcome, if you didn't do based on the race plan, then you're going to get even Elaine getting tries roads from Frano, irrespective of her victory. It's just because we know the potential and how much she have left in her that was wasted because it wasn't executed properly.
am I about it? A Lennox Graham coach her?
No, it's a other. That was my understanding, but I believe there's another coach at Clemson. So that because Lennox is also at Clemson. There's another the distance coach at Clemson. I can't remember his name, but I believe that he is the one that is responsible for her. Find it.
All right, gentlemen. Uh, how do I do this now? Because when I want to talk about those two events, I just want to just get into the finals for tomorrow as well.
You can just do that and wrap up with the big runs. Eh?
So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So 4x1. Saw the men's team, and as I stated yesterday, it's the same lineup that I stated. That is the lineup that ran. So it was Akeem Blake to Oblique Civil to Rainford to Ron Watson. And all I have to say, Watson on that ankle leg, man, he was
Come on,
scorching, man. Scorching on that ankle leg. And it kind of
Watson is
proves
a
my
finisher.
point. Yes, I mean, yesterday I think Josh and I was having a conversation. We said that, that if I was trying to, at some point, I'm telling this youth, do some 200 meter. I think based on his body structure and based on how he runs, I think he fits well into the 200 meter. But that's a total different argument for now. Let's focus on the 4x1. So we saw the team makeup and all of that. What do you
One
thought about
second,
that?
man.
Sure.
Is it Mark Elliott, Coach Q?
Yeah, yes, I believe so.
Yes, I think somebody was asking Natalia Gould, Coach. I think
Michael,
Mark Elliott. Mark
yeah,
Elliott is the
Coach Elliott, right?
yeah is the distance for neither beaten to. But yeah, go on, talk. So
All right. So I thought about the performance of the Jamaicans?
Um, I think obviously, the United States ran a world lead, and you know, Jamaica was right there with them. The only thing I really didn't like was the execution. I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but even while Civil was running on the back stretch, he was fixing the button in I1 while he was running. He was, and listen, as a coach, as an athlete, anybody, if you know track and even if you don't know track and field, you see that, that is not something that you should be doing, right? Because he was even literally before he passed the button, like he might lick the button upon himself, like forget the button, so he could have, pass it over. And, fortunately enough, it worked out. But I think right now, work on the execution, work on a little more, button exchange, ensure, because again, in the finals, there is very little room for error, especially when the speed of everyone is basically similar on par. What's normally the difference in these kind of relays is button exchange. Getting the button, in the exchange zone. Getting the button early. And communicate. And again, it's going to be super loud. It's going to be crazy up in there. So normally, when I was running, and I'm sure Coach Q can say it as well, when he was running versus coaching, I always have something very unique to say. Everybody say reach, everybody has a reach. So I'm
Mhm.
trying to find something different that I know, when I am coming as an incoming runner, the outgoing runner, something that we have in common that he knows it's me. Because, and again, to just segue a little bit, you know, and I guess we'll talk about it for the women's section, but I think that's the only thing that they need to work on. I think they're in medal contention, and again, Civil put himself out there again, and he said, "Hey, I think we can scare the Americans. I think we can scare the American team with the team that we have over here, and they can. But I think probably, I think,
Zip it up, bro. After you come tell that in the 100 meter, just zip it up, Just let the performance itself talk.
so
Can I talk?
I like Akeem Blake, because he's a good starter. So I like
Yeah.
Akeem Blake to Civil. The other two legs is where I don't know if there's a way where, because remember, Noah Lyles will now be on that anchor leg for the United States. Not that macaroni we will see trip of the line and all of them something. So again, we need a team that we know, all right, going into the anchor leg, we are going to have a lead. However, they decide to set it up, I do not know. But I don't know, we know the drama and the negative publicity that was coming out of there. I don't
So,
know.
you know who they should bring into this team right now?
Oh,
Martial arts.
Uh, hey, listen. I saw a screenshot of a text message that apparently was circulated within the camp regarding team meeting for the relays and outlining who need to show up for the team meeting. And Mr. Tracy's name was not was not included in that message.
Come on, man. Why then do martial arts that? Tell them I tell martial arts.
Yeah, boy, it's messy. But yeah, I agree totally. The 4x1 looked good. I love the. I think to match Coleman, you need an Akeem Blake. I think that's a good match for the first leg against Coleman. I think Oblique is excellent for the second leg. The issue with the baton, you cannot be running and it's impossible to run at top speed while you're making adjustments. So you'd have to slow down to do those adjustments in order to hand over. So clearly something needs to be done regarding the handover between Akeem and Oblique to get that tidy. Could just be a one-off. And I think, there I would never move Watson from the anchor,
Absolutely not.
based on, yeah. So Ford will just have to run the third leg. I really don't see, and I would be, if you include anybody else into that 4x1, I'm sorry. Yeah,
They're not changing it. They're not
there
gonna
should
change it.
not be. There should, well, listen.
They're crazy, but they're not that
Okay.
crazy enough to do it.
All right. When I see the start list, I treat it like I treat the race. After the race, all right. So when I see the start
But
list, then I'll say fine. But there shouldn't be a change. There's
So
no
what I'm
change
to,
Was there
needed.
a
what I'm
first
to,
ticket though? Hold on one sec. As you pointed out, Kims, and also Coach Q alluded to, what Oblique did there, absolutely, you can't come with that, bro, because I know Fred Curly got burn up that back stretch as he did
Yeah,
today. And
yeah.
guess who also is going to burn up that? Even though he's out of sorts right now, you see that Italian dude
Listen,
is going to
yeah, man, he ran
burn
I
a
up that.
was
list.
I
Jacobs,
was about to
Jacobs going
comment.
to run a blind.
Italy is going into the fastest time into the finals.
Is it?
Italy,
Or
yeah,
is it?
I'm pretty sure Italy. Let me check.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
37,
they have,
65, I think. And then USA
yeah,
37,
yeah.
67, Jamaica
Italy has the
36.
fastest time, and
Yeah.
we've seen this Italy team win at Olympics,
And again,
right?
a lot.
And it's not the four fastest men in the world.
Yeah.
They just
And
have
remember,
extremely good
are they Olympic
exchanges and good
champions, I
chemistry.
believe?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're the one that won the 4x1 at Olympics. This same team.
Torch one, all those guys.
Yeah,
And
this
remember,
same team.
even for a Great Britain team, Zarnel Hughes will be inserted and he'll be on that back stretch as well. It's not a listen. The back stretch is normally, barring like
Yeah.
a
Well,
Usain Bolt, but the back stretch
the
is where all of the guns are.
Great
Every
Britain had Adam Jamili, and Adam Jamili's season's best is 10-2, 10-3. So they struggled in that 4x1. But I think the inclusion of Zarnel definitely
yeah,
don't see it making a well. As I said, with relays, it's like hurdles. Where with hurdles, you have a clean race, it makes a difference whether you are the fastest one or not. You have clean button changes, then yeah,
And
but the
just
thing
like
is,
I
Coach
mentioned
Q,
that, just like I mentioned that, guess who we cannot leave out? The Japanese.
yeah,
yeah,
If there's one thing that they're good at, is good
hmm
button changes.
yeah,
yep,
absolutely. And again, remember, in the final, remember, there's nerves, there's everything. There is so little room for error where
and
you make a simple mistake and that is it for you.
honestly, I think from my experience as an athlete, for a 4x1, that is when there is the least nerves because it's especially for Jamaicans, relays is a vibe. Really, I like an after party. You get me? So,
Yeah.
we just come for show up and say, yeah. And I think that is what has been beating the Jamaican women in terms of why they have lost the previous. I think it became too serious. It became,
Yeah.
oh, record. And, so rather than it being like, listen, go out there, have some fun and
Oh,
enjoy
let's enjoy
themselves.
it.
And yeah, and just run and make it work. And we've seen that happen with the same Italy team. The team that goes out there to have the most fun, I think, would be, would reign, especially with the men 4x1.
Because
All right,
it
so there's
was
currently what?
Canada win it. Canada won it last year.
Canada won it last year, and Canada had no team. Yeah,
Yeah.
remember, I think there was not in any form. It was in similar form as it was this year.
Yeah.
But
Digress.
still, once he's in front, I had this man to catch. And then
Uh,
the man that come what third in the 100 couldn't catch him.
could not catch
I
him
always say
at
to people that, that dude on a anchor leg, if you give
Yeah,
him the button in first place, there's nobody catching him.
no.
No matter
And
who. Well, I don't always say if your name is Usain Bolt, but yeah,
there's just something
Degrass,
different when you have a button in your hand for
once
some
that man all
athletes.
it, monster man.
Yeah, man,
Mhm.
the,
But
but like, and I, 1 second, level, and again, I want people to understand. I don't know if it's a mental thing, but brother, when you have a button in your hand, you feel like you can take on the world.
Mhm.
You get a different strength, when you get a different power. And I get, like, for me, like, I ran before, so I used to run second leg, but for some reason, when the button in my left hand, I feel weak. Because I'm right-handed. So I say, coach, listen, man, put me in the right hand time. So then I transform into a starter. So then I started starting. And I just felt differently. I run faster, I do everything better. Because again, it can be mental, but I just feel like that's why I think, if you notice with Bolt on the ankle leg, when him get it in him left hand, always switches over
Switch.
to his right hand. He's
It
a
does feel weird.
different, he's a different power. It's a different power up in that right hand, man. So Make the best
And
man
just
win.
like I
Make the best
mentioned
team
that
win.
just now, if we should put you on the track right now in a 100 meter, what sort of time you think you'll produce
Right now,
right now?
right now, about 11-9, brother. Right now.
You ambitious?
What's
Hey,
11-9? No, man, go to
hey,
11-9 right now.
easier said
Under,
than done.
under, under Coach Q tutelage, probably can get it down to 11-1.
Under my tutelage.
Let me
Alright,
tell
there's
you.
currently 77 of you on the stream. Come on, people, like up the stream, man. Do the right stuff. Let us keep it going. Let's keep on going, man. Michelle, and the rest of moderators, come on, man. Encourage the people them to do the right stuff. But we look at the eats that we saw today and going into that 4x1 men's final.
What are the
How do
ladies
we see it
shots?
going?
The male or the woman?
Male, male,
We're
male,
still
male.
on the mail. We're still on the mail.
So, for the male, realistically, let us say the button comes around for everybody. Let's just say that. Obviously, we know anything can go on. But should the button come around totally, I am giving USA first. Giving USA.
I, they know it's not
Boy.
hurdles, right?
Huh?
I just have to remind the viewers that it's not hurdles because they're predicting a time. So I just have to tell them that it's not hurdles. Somebody said 13.9. I was like, no man, it's 100, flat 100, not 110 hurdles.
Yeah, man. Michelle say I don't run
13-9?
39 games.
Crazy, man. What really tipping for? Right now, probably if I take it with my dry face and everything, probably can give you a level 4 right now on a good day.
All right, all right, all right. Overdo it now.
Yeah,
Let's
but
get
listen,
back to the shot. Yeah.
so listen, man. I have USA winning. I hope I'm wrong. I want, because listen, if this is Jamaica full team, then I've seen it.
Yeah.
USA still have another giant to bring on a leg. You know,
Hmm.
and they ran the world lead up until Italy took that away from them. So again, this is me saying they bring the battle around. I think USA wins. I think Jamaica second, and I think Italy third. That's just I think Civil will correct up some stuff. Um, and again, you need to match a Marcel Jacobs on that backstretch. Because if you let him get away, Italy might just sneak and get something. So that's my top three. That's my top three there. I hope the order can be switched between Jamaica and USA. But if I'm being objective here, I think USA have the best team. On quote unquote paper. Former champion Christian Coleman, former champion Fred Curley, current champion Noah Lyles. His weapons everywhere. So again, but oftentimes it's not the fastest four. It's not the fastest four win. It's the best four who can get the button around. But again, it was nice to see, Fred Curley, Christian Coleman smiling, laughing, after such disappointment. It was nice to see that. So again, as Coach Q said, it's always a part 4x1 is the dance. After everything done, the after party, the class party, the celebration, that is where you just bring it to them. So that's my three.
I see the same. I think the US has a very strong team. Despite not having, I'm trying to compare that team to the 2012 team. Looking at the 37-10, which is a national record, with the inclusion of Noah Lyles, how much faster? Because honestly, that ankle leg, as Kim said, was, macaroni. Was not it. I think that definitely can dip. I think if they're going to run in the range of anything like 13-7, 37-4, 37-5, then you're going to have Italy to answer to, because Italy will always be within that range. The Jamaica, I think, wants to clean up the pattern changes and stuff. I think we can get down to, like a mid 37, 37-4. I'd love to see them go a bit faster. But as Kem said, we saw the team. that is who we're getting. I think it just comes with what all that's needed is speed in the changeover. I'm hoping, especially the fact that nobody ran the 200 on that team, they had enough time to get some practices done. I like the fact that they got like a first test run, to work out the kinks and, make whatever adjustments that's needed and, see if everything that they practiced came up to par, win in competition. So I'm looking forward to seeing like smooth, excellent baton changes, and to see where that puts them. I'd love to see. I want to see them in the middle, and I need to see them in the middle. The biggest contenders will be U.S., Italy, and Japan is a sleeper. Honestly, even with the inclusion of Zarnel, I don't see Great Britain making that big of an impact. They needed winning Prescott, but I believe he pulled out of the relays for whatever
Yeah.
reason. Yeah.
Man can't take the
Had they
Yeah.
had
politics.
Prescott, I think it would have been
Man can't take the
more
politics
interesting.
over there. Man can't take the
Yeah.
politics.
Here's Jason saying that USA winning Jamaica silver, Great Britain for bronze, the world fastest
It's like a accountant.
accountant.
Hey, in bad, the accountant brother man, in bad man. In bad, and to think
Um,
that he recently started competing.
mhm. And
Mm.
here's Albert saying that USA from Italy and Jamaica third. Let's see. Saw another comment just now. Yeah, they're saying that no 9.70 runner in any camp right now for
Mm-mm.
national records.
So that makes it literally almost a level playing field. Yeah. Because Jamaica has 298s, US has 298, no, 398s, 398 runners and a 99.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Italy have like a 10-1 man, a 10-0 man, and all nobody under 10 seconds and still manage our lead time.
Hey, so I'm telling you a little story, right? Not even a Asafa Powell can beat Coach Q on a starting leg. Not
So
even a
far.
Asafa Powell, boss. So this is why time no really matter, right?
Yeah.
Listen, when Coach Q starting off that relay, boss, you'd have seriously a Usain Bolt brother coming out of that blocks quick. So again, we can say 10-2, 10-6, 11-5, whatever it is. But again, give a man
Yeah,
a
just
belief.
yeah, and you just have good relay runners.
Yep, they have good
Just
relay runners.
just like how for 4x4, you'll always have some key persons that you say, listen, this man, like a donkey man. Donkey man is a relay runner.
Relay runner. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
All right, so
And
Carlin, to answer to your question, his name is Amadadze.
I'm a that's it.
That's the guy, and yeah. So I think I'm gonna go with you guys as well. USA, I'd have Jamaica. I was getting the silver. I'd have Italy. That's how I'm going to go.
I wouldn't mind.
I hope that script can flip and we get that gold medal because I want to end this championship on a high. So
Hmm.
yeah, I hope so.
You
But
have the 4x4. You have the 4x4 maintain on a high, man. Listen, but you know, I hope Great Britain could edge out Italy or so because man, we just like Zarni. There's
Oh
just so
yes,
many.
this is Zarnel is the athlete for the season for me.
Mm,
I love his progression. I think, every athlete should have, once they're consistent, deserves to get that breakthrough. And I
yep.
think, he deserves that breakthrough. I'm happy he got the two national records. Put him on a pedestal, put him in the history books for Great Britain, and come through and getting a medal in the 100 meter. Yeah, man, getting another medal in the 4x1, I think would seal the deal for him.
Absolutely.
now we're going to move over to the ladies, and I mean, saw some fireworks, man. So first and foremost, a Jamaica team, they were very good, man, and Elaine Thompson absolutely bombed that backstretch, literally.
So we keep playing in the finals, right?
Absolutely. Where are you
Not,
going to
not,
move
Okay.
her to?
not according to Bruce James.
Bruce James
So
to take her
Bruce,
out.
Hey, listen. Let me
Yeah,
tell
man,
you,
but
man.
as me always tell a man, say, kind of sound like a little personal agenda, if you know what I
Of
mean.
course. I mean, listen. You have to understand, and I typed it like Natasha Morrison is an MVP athlete, and she came. When she come at the trials, she come at third. She
Yeah.
come she come third at the trials, and if you know anything about Frano and relays, that man will create havoc up in that camp. The female athlete is not out there represented. So worse if it come
But
down to
he's a reasonable man. So if you have just cause, a reason, as in like, okay, so why would Elaine be ahead of Natasha?
yeah,
I honestly, I don't see Natasha running a 990 split that Elaine ran today. I don't know. I don't
I
see
don't see
Natasha
it,
doing that.
but then
Mine,
Frano could also hit back with the Ironman and say, well, she came third at the trials. She should be a part of it. So
well,
then now you look and you say, okay, who you remove? Do you sit down, Brian?
Sasha Lee,
Pick up in
definitely.
a quick question. How close of a relationship does Fernand have with Maurice Wilson?
Um, Frano is cool with everybody. I think he has a better rapport with Mills than any other coach, I believe.
Yeah.
But he keeps it. He's respectful. I've never known Frano to be disrespectful until he holds a court. Anybody can have a conversation with him. So super approachable. So yeah, not somebody that carries grudges or beef unless you're a J3s. And when I say J3s, it's not necessarily the appointed coaches at the meets, but more so the executives of J3s.
So
And
is it
he always
Golson?
has reasons.
Is it Golson his athlete?
Golson is
No, no,
Maurice's
no.
No,
athlete,
no.
Maurice
Or
Wilson
not
Maurice,
athlete.
Frano.
or Maurice
Yeah,
Wilson athlete? Okay,
yeah.
okay. So
Kishane is it his athlete?
Yeah.
Kishin.
Yep.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right, so Bruce James. So you can know when at least some little belly I carry. When you see somebody just come out and just pick on somebody. Well, Ilian, I'm paraphrasing. Well, Ilian should be replaced. The man could even laud her for her efforts. Ilian should be replaced in the finals.
Personally,
Yeah.
I would replace Brianna.
So you
I'll
make
replace
Natasha
Brianna
start.
and Sasha Lee. I'll replace Brianna and Sasha Lee.
So you
And
make
I will
Natasha
keep
start.
Elaine. Yeah. But where is she going to go? Because I think with Shelly's knee, she can't do the start. She
Yeah.
has to anchor. You need Shericka to have as much real estate as possible. All right.
I have a solution.
Then what is the solution?
Good night, everyone, by the way. I have a solution. Whether they choose it, up to them. So the team that I think stands the best chance against the US is Alien lead off. Then you have Shelly. Then you have Kivona. Then you have Sharika.
All right, Akio, thanks. But listen, Kevon not already that we talked about this already. Kevon
How
not
is
just
Kivona
not.
not ready for the third leg? How is she not ready for the third? You watch her 200-meter
Well,
semi-final?
No,
Kevona, which is why Texas always well, she anchors more likely, but her 200 corners has been very well.
yeah,
I
but
credit her for that. She would
but
definitely
I
do better. I was expecting her instead of Sasha Lee today, honestly.
no, but Kevon, first remember, Kevon really not have no merit to be on the team. It's kind of like a Natalia goal, if we'll be honest, because she come what she came in the 200 like fourth or fifth or something like that. One of
No,
them places she come.
she just missed the semi-final. She
No, no,
just missed the
no. I'm
final.
talking about at trials, at trials, at trials.
This is
Third,
my
I believe.
problem. This is my
No,
problem
but
when it comes on to yes, doing it based on trials. You're telling me that performances at the World Championships don't count for something?
But it doesn't count. But Kevona is not our best four. She's not a part of our best four.
Why
Like,
she's not a why she's not a part of our best four in terms of the relays?
okay, because
You just
this is
said
why
a
she's
while ago that is not due to speed alone.
But
no,
but
Individual speed.
Aki, you kinda messed up from the onset. See, from the moment you go tell me say Elaine as starter, from this I
Why
just say
Elaine
okay.
can't start?
no,
Elaine
not
a
not
false
good,
a
not good
false
enough to
starter to you.
start off the relay. I'm sorry.
No, the first part of the relay is a curve. Who run a
It's a,
better curve than Elaine?
so why she can't run the third leg then?
Who runs a better backstretch than Alien in this team?
Shelly,
Give
Shelly,
me
Mm,
a
mm,
break, bro.
remember
Jesus.
Shericka. I think Shericka would be the
Shericka
best suit for the backstretch.
yeah,
and
and I'm
If you
and
have
saying,
Shericka and Shelly on the same team,
yeah,
one of them have to run a straight.
Coach Q, this
Because the
is
two straight them got.
Coach Q, this is
and
my thing, right? I believe, to Aki's point, I believe inserting Kevona is asking for trouble. Again,
Remember, say
like,
Natasha problem there already, you know.
yeah, like I can't, like I can't insert Kevona because she can run a good curve. When I can put Elaine on the third leg and she can give me a similar curve or with some
Even
speed
a better curve
attached to
as
it.
well.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
but at the
Yeah,
same time
you
as well.
don't
Look,
think of Elaine as don't think of the 10-5-4 Elaine. Think of the Elaine
I'm not. No,
of
I'm
this
not
season.
thinking about. I'm
No,
not
I'm
thinking
talking
about.
to Kems. I'm
no,
talking to
I would think,
Kems. Yeah.
but still, even Ilian this season, I'm taking this Ilian over Kevona every day of the week and twice on Sundays, every single time. I
But
just
I'm
think
not
that.
saying. But
Well,
I'm not saying that she would replace Elaine. What I'm saying is that we have a problem at the start. Brianna ran 11.6 on the first leg, and the truth is Natasha and Sashaline ain't running much faster than Brianna. So we
okay,
need somebody on
But
that first leg.
Ilian not running,
stick up
Ilian
in
not
Akil.
running better
We're
than
not putting
stick up
11.6
in.
at
Kevin
the
on that
start.
first leg.
Stick up in though, Akil. You're pointing out that she ran 11.6 on that. But well, look at the splits for the other athletes as well. Was it any much
Everybody,
faster?
the,
No,
the the first leg on relays are a lot harder than people anticipate. They tend to be the slower in terms of time because
Always.
based on where you hand over, you might run a little bit more than 100 meters,
yeah,
Yes,
right?
and then look at this.
and then that's on. Wait, I just want to make the point. That's
Mm-hmm.
understandable. But
Mm-hmm.
last year, Kemba ran 11.2 on the curve, and people kill Kemba and say
That's true.
Kemba slowed the team.
Okay, but again,
US ran 11.3 on the
yeah,
start.
Tamara Davis, who made it to the World Championship final, ran 11.3 off the curve.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I can expect an improvement from Brianna in the final because again,
I
just the
can.
year before, just
I
the year
can't.
before,
Mm-mm.
mm, just the year
Ain't not that
before,
form there.
just the year before, I believe she ran, if I'm not mistaken, I believe she ran like 11.1 from that
We
start.
don't have to, we don't have to speculate. You can go and talk. I'll search for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
but
problem.
again, putting Elaine for start the relay to your point is like madness or them set up the mixed relay. It will be total confusion out there. Like
Who is it? Who is it total confusion when she and Shelly have great relay chemistry? Remember, she'll be passing the baton on to Shelly, you know. I said
where's the
Elaine.
where's the
I said
relay chemistry? Where
I
is
said
it?
Elaine on the first leg, Shelly on the second leg, Kivona on the third, and then
Nah,
Shericka on the anchor.
garbage, garbage. I think it's
How is
garbage.
that garbage?
I just tell you,
So
I
you,
don't think
so
that's
you
a.
tell so you tell me that Elaine can't give you a 11-1 to 11-3 on the first leg?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
don't think so. Cause again, sleep again. Remember, Brianna. If you look right, we can go back to national trials. We can go back to every time Brianna line up in the 100 meter. At the 60-65 meter mark, Brianna is always leading.
But the
Always leading.
Yeah,
Hold
but the
on.
curve is not 60 to 65.
Oh, I understand that, but I'm saying at the start we want, right? At the start we want to be able to compete with our closest rival, which is the United States. So I think, remember, and again, let me talk about it. If we go back in the history, again, I remember Shelly and Fraser Price when she win that title against Tiana Bartoletta. And Tiana Bartoletta eat up Shelly and Fraser on that first leg. Like,
Because
hold on, Aki, make a talk, brother. Give me a chance to
sorry about
talk,
that.
man.
Sorry about that.
Thank you, boss. Right? So again, I am looking at who is the best person to give me a start in a relay that can make me competitive and set up the relay for that big finish coming down that anchor leg. And Elaine is just not a person I'm picking out of the hat. Not first, not second, not third, not fourth. Elaine wouldn't be a person who may have picked the start for me. It's either the back stretch or on the curve, but not for start. I think we're doing Elaine I think we're doing Elaine and her speed a total disservice for having her start really.
How is
The
that a
same thing
total
the
disservice?
same thing I've said about Shelly for years. Having Shelly starting on relay is holding back the potential that she can give us on another leg. Because
Yeah, but
As Coach Q just stated, when you start the relay, obviously your time are gonna be the 11 something, this, that. So you're gonna probably run the longest leg and it probably gonna be the quote unquote slowest. Right?
All
So I
right, so I,
think,
I found the information.
yeah.
So you're saying that you did say what? What's your name?
I
Brianna
think
ran about
it was the
11:2.
Olympics.
Is
It was
Olympics?
yeah, because she never
Okay.
run. Yeah, I think it was
Well,
Olympics.
who said the thing there? So Kemba ran a thing there. Kemba ran last year.
Yeah,
yeah, Kemba ran
Yeah.
last year.
So it wasn't the 11:2. It was 11:4
yeah. It was
for
11.
her start.
I'm
It's
45.
11:4 for us. 45 for her start at this. For a
Yeah,
start leg, and the US had 11:3.
yeah. And 11-4, I think again, coming into the final, I think you tap it up a little gear. You tap it up an extra gear right now.
I get where you're coming from still, man.
Because the truth is, Elaine right now is not Olympic Elaine, but at the same time as well, Elaine, based on what we saw on the backstretch, I believe that Elaine can give you at least a 11-3 or a 11-2 on on that first leg.
And again, I still don't think that's enough. I don't want a 11-2 from Ilian on my first leg. I prefer give me the 9-9-0 on the back stretch.
So you're telling, wait,
Suppose
so
you
you're
have
telling, wait,
Elaine. Suppose Elaine give you 11:2, and you have Shericka give you a 9-8 on that backstretch. Shelly give you another 9-8 or 9-7 going home.
And then Kevon and give me something slow.
Kevon are not giving you anything slow. You
I would
watch our
rather
Or you
semi-final,
guarantee me that?
remember,
you
or I
know
guarantee you that
you guarantee me a lot of stuff Akil and I was only one thing come true and it's Daniel Williams.
it's not about one thing will come true, yes or no. If you
Alright, so
watch
hold on
Kevona's,
one second, actually.
no
To
problem.
answer, I saw a question that I really want to answer before I forget it. So, someone asked which lane are we in? We're in lane 7.
Yeah, USA is in lane 6.
Yeah.
That make it even worse.
Yeah, you're going to see Tamara Davis run past Elaine on that first leg. I promise you. I promise you that. I promise Tamara Davis will run past Elaine on that first leg.
Tamara Davis not running past Elaine on that first leg.
All right, yeah. If I did tell you about Tiana Bartlett with an eat up Shelly, I did tell me the same exact thing.
The problem between Tiana Bartlett and Shelly was that Shelly ran more rounds than Tiana Bartlett.
Bro,
So now
she,
we have to start bringing the excuses them
no,
down.
we
No,
are
no,
talking
no, no,
about,
no, 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 no. It's not an excuse.
No,
It's a valid excuse.
Barcelona. No, it's whether valid or not. Barcelona. We spoke about people that show up on relays, and Barcelona
yeah,
showed up
Yeah, Bartlett.
on that relay.
don't tell me about no rounds, nothing, boss. We don't want to hear
Yeah, man,
this.
it's
All
not
I
right.
what
don't
we
want
talk
to
about,
hear this.
coach.
No,
We work with the coach, say. Barteletta
Shelly
show up
was
to
beat.
release. We not work with no
Yeah,
one bag of
Yeah,
rounds and this
Shelly
and
was
that.
yeah,
beat.
no, give me. We always try to find an excuse for owner people.
Mm-mm.
All the rounds. No, she got eight. She got eight up on the first leg, not because of her rounds, just because Bartlett was better.
They don't
Me call that
that
negotiate.
an
was a
excuse.
that was
You
a
don't
factor.
negotiate or debate gold medals. They're not going to give it to you just because you had a lot of rounds and stuff. You should have been prepared for it. It's the Olympics or it's the World Championships.
There.
That's how
Then
it works.
let me say
But
Gabby Tapper should have win that 200 meter because guess what? She never have the 100 meter round. Like those arguments are so silly. To say,
Mm.
oh,
They're not.
those are what we just have. We just
They're
have
not
these
silly.
arguments when we want to find an excuse for an athlete that we like. We
They're
don't
alright, so
need
not
here
to.
what?
silly.
There's currently
But
103 people. There's currently 103 people on the live likes now matchup. I'm not sure that all of you haven't subscribed, so ensure that do the right stuff. All I'm going to say, Akil, and I wanted to take this into consideration. So Jamaica will be running out of lane 7, right? So the
Hmm.
curve argument that they're making, the curve now becomes shorter from the lane 7 versus from lane 2 to lane 5 thereabouts. So the curve argument they kind of out of the equation in a sense right now.
No, but at
but
the same point in time as well, we have Natasha, we have Sasha Lee, we have Brianna, right?
Uh-huh.
And all three of them, if you put all three of them on that first leg, Tamari is gonna eat them up.
I
Yeah,
Nyam
think
so
them
she.
anybody
like
that I will
dog.
put for the first leg, I will get
I
beat. Let's be
I
straight
Not
out
I
here.
don't know.
necessarily.
I listen. I don't. I think she should eat up Elaine too. Again, because again, I can just look on evidence. I can look on the evidence that we have, right? So let us look on the evidence that we have with Elaine starting this season, just this season. Let's make a look on the starts that Elaine have this season, and then the start of Tamara Davis getting that he like it's no joke. I need another fast starter for even if because I don't need Brianna Williams to beat her, I need Brianna Williams or whoever starting to keep us in close proximity because TT Terry on that backstretch is absolutely no joke either. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think she ran 9.6 on that backstretch. Yeah, man. Check it, Coach
No,
Q.
no,
She
no,
never run
no, no.
9.6. She never run
Well,
'Fam,
9.6.
you know
She
what
run
I said?
9.88. She run 9.88.
And it is
no. TT
no,
Terry
it's
9.64.
964.
What you tell me say?
9.64? Oh, okay, okay. Stand
964.
corrected.
Exactly. So TT
And
Terry, I'm
think
going
that
to eat
they
up
ran
that backstretch.
964 as well. What's your name? Talu ran 964 as well.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so listen to me,
So
man. Like,
now that 990 look soft.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, again,
So Alien can run my box search.
and then now, when we look now, so Tamara Clark, obviously, there was some mix up between them on that third leg with TT Terry and Tamara Clark, where they have to itch up for don't come out of the XG zone. So Tamara Clark ran 10.60 on that leg. And our Sasha Lee Forbes ran 10.31 on that leg. So
Think that was the
again,
third. I think that was the
Well,
third best time on that leg because the girl from Trinidad she ran like 9.66.
no,
966.
yeah,
no.
9.
Wait. It depends. It depends on where in the exchange zone they collect the
No,
baton.
yeah, but it really doesn't matter. Remember, these are all factors that come together to make the relay. So whether it is in the zone or however it is positioned, that person still needed that exchange. We call it made up that time in terms of how the race was executed.
I
So
get
I
that.
get what you're saying and saying that Welsh might have run shorter. The third leg is on paper the shortest leg, right? But at the same time, give credit to however they set up the relay teams. So Trinidad set up the relay team, and you can see the second leg runner on 1091. Simply means she had more real estate, right?
Uh,
She ran more at 100 meter, gave the third leg the shorter leg
yep,
to execute and to run, right?
yep,
So, but at the same time, this is how you play the relay game, right?
yep,
Is who do you maximize, who do you shorten to get the
yep,
best result that you need.
exactly.
And
Yep.
that's why I want Kivona on the third leg.
Kevon's name is not even in that hat. Probably you are the only person who have her name in that hat there. In a Budapest, nobody's even looking and saying, Kevona, no, nobody's looking at you. Like it's just between, okay, where
Well,
do we put Natasha? Where
I
do
the
we
see.
put,
reality is Natasha
yeah,
So,
is
coach,
where
I'm
is
coming back to you now, coach. I already said
mhm.
that Gillian cannot run your backstretch, right?
no
So you're moving her off that backstretch. Who are you putting there?
Shericka.
And where are you going to put Elaine? Third
Elaine
leg?
will have to run third leg.
Okay.
Yep. I
And the
will,
only issue with that now is would the third leg have an issue in terms of her injury? Achilles. The reason why Shelley I would be anchor is because of the whole knee issue, trying to avoid as much curve as possible. Um, I think if Shelley decided to be a champ and say, listen, give me the back stretch and make Shericka carry to home, then by all means. But I'm thinking as it is right now, I would want to give Shericka the longest possible leg. Make she run most of the real estate.
yep.
Right?
Again,
She gets a button early in the zone on the first leg and hand it over late in the zone on the third leg.
yep, yep,
Maximize that stretch.
yep.
And then, just carry it through and then make Chelsea see to the end.
So the thing is, Coach Q, and you can tell me when I was watching Shelly, even on that anchor leg today, I was saying this is why I want Shelly to anchor the relay because she gets to top speed much quicker than everybody else.
Yeah. So if she's chasing, she get going same time.
So I think so. I said it last year. I said Given Shelly and that anchor leg instead of Shericka, I think TT Cherry gets caught
Hmm.
because she
Yeah,
gets up to maximum speed way
Fair
quicker
enough.
faster.
than Shericka. I think by
Fair
the
Yeah,
time
enough.
Shericka, we saw it. By the time
yeah.
Shericka gets up to maximum, hey, the race is over.
Race done. You only have 100 meters.
Yeah,
That's
yep,
really it.
yep. So I agree with you. Maximize that zone. First leg, second leg. Get some into the third leg as well. Obviously Shericka time now gonna be as impressive, but the impact on the race will be much greater. So you might see a 10 something for Shericka second leg, but when you're watching the race itself, the impact will be greater for our
Hmm.
Jamaica team. And then we
Yeah,
can start, talk about, obviously it's gold medal first, gold medal primary, record, secondary. So you get
and
that gold
that
medal.
Nothing
that is
record
what I
right now.
don't want them to. That is what I don't want them to. I don't want anybody to think about the record. Just go have a
After they
clean
can't think about
race,
our record.
win, and then yeah, you can't think more record.
You can't
After
think
you
about
win,
our
then you
record.
look up. Did I get the record? That's what you look at after.
Yeah, but
Well,
that team is strong enough to get the world record there.
why
Right,
not?
That
truth.
boy, the
Akil, what
world
you
record they
keep
have
on
to.
forgetting and keep on saying, Akil. I don't think you heard the conversation before it came on. So it relays, bro. Swift button changes can get them to that record. Remember that they already have the foot speed. They do have that. So if they can fix up that button changes because their button exchanges also always suck.
Okay.
Literally.
They
So
don't have the same foot speed as they had in the last
We,
2 years.
the foot speed that you. So let's just talk about that. So
They don't have the same foot
this is a
speed.
world record. This is a world record team. Tiana
mm-hmm.
Bartoletta,
Uh-huh.
Alison Felix, I think was that Bianca Knight?
Bianca Knight.
Bianca
Mm-hmm.
Knight, Carmelita Jetta.
Mm-hmm.
I would put our four women, I would put Shelly 10, and I'm saying 10-8, and I'm just giving her this is the worst season in a long time, so 10-8. Shericka Jackson 10-6, and then whoever you want to put. So I'll put Tiana Bartoletta and whoever we start as equal. And I'll put our third leg better than Bianca Knight. And then I'll match up Shericka and Shelly to Alison Felix and Carmelita Jetta. And I believe should we exchange the button in a swift matter and no problems, no fumble, no run out of this, no run out of that, I think the record can be easily attainable. Easily attainable. Bianca
Guys,
Knight.
I think it's not a we can look as in depth and as
Yeah, man.
scientific and calculative as much as possible, but with relays, it there is a more personal factor. There's a thing you have to consider as far as chemistry. You have to consider as far as the level of vibes in terms of among the athletes. The how much do they love and respect each other? How much do they know and relate to each other? That you know a team good when you can probably close the eye and you just know where the person's hand is coming. If you watch that world record race with the US, the exchanges were flawless. They were flawless. Nobody had their hand up for more than two strides. Literally, hand came up, bam, get the button, and them gone. Nobody hand was up for more than two strides. So that, and they spent a lot of time as far as in the relay camp. Ideally, because remember the circumstances in which they ended up in the finals, they were running with a point to prove, not running. They were running to win. They weren't initially running for the record. They were running to win, and they were just super competitive. With the 4x1s is a lot more to consider than just, that's what I say, it's not just the fastest four. I've had teams that medal at champs that had no business being anywhere even into the finals. But it's just because of the nature of the team, the relay, that button exchange, if you take a second to exchange a button, or half a second, and you go and you do that 3 times, that's 1.5 seconds that's coming off at that time. And 1.5 seconds in any sprint event is a big gap.
Yep. Yep. By the time that person
And
say
here's
reach here, whatever the thing is, by the time they said that, once you put out your hands so the button should be in there and you should be moving. No, once you start to this, it is a
Yeah.
problem. It is a problem. Once the person now hold your hand to put the button in there, Just forget about it. Any leg where you see somebody under
And
this,
you,
just forget about any record. You could have the four fastest. Yep.
But coach,
and you see
coach
Aaron
Q.
McIntyre saying that Shericka cannot run any other leg but anchor. She's not comfortable. She never ran any other leg but anchor.
But coach
And
Q. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, bro.
yeah, I was just saying, addressing that question, and it's something that I think athletes should, kind of get out of. Yeah, you don't run anything but anchor. You've always run anchor. But if you trust the coach and the coach will listen, I think based on how we know the US team is, or you competed, I think you'll be more effective here. And I think the athlete, with reason can look at it, they're adults and say, all right, I get your argument and, be open to try it rather than just have a block of, oh, no, I'm not run nothing else but anchor.
Yeah, and I think listen, and again, I'm tired of this silly argument with professional athletes. Like with professional athletes, and again, in a team event, there must be a level of sacrifice in order for the team to be successful. So
Yeah.
again, hey, why Shericka can't run the other leg than Anchor? If you're gonna tell me say, oh she has never done it before, that's a silly excuse to me. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, but to be honest, it kind of weird to see her run any other leg than Anka, Just like how it was very weird to see Veronica run any other leg than Anka when Veronica
Really?
was in her
Weird.
prime.
Weird. It was weird to me at all.
It was
Weird is
weird.
Give
fine.
me give me the four best. Give me the four best athletes in the four best position for the team for win, and I'm ready to go.
Two, 2000, 2015, sorry, 2015, Veronica running the first leg understood because she was getting older. But 2008, 2004, Veronica on a leg other than Anka, it was very hard to see.
Here's
For me
something that
personally.
is weird that nobody now would think is weird because of the success it brought. But if you look at it, the weirdest thing that I've seen regarding a Jamaican 4x1 team is Michael Frater and a backstretch. As I say,
Weirdest.
it's only good now because of the results that it has produced. But looking at it, especially at the
No
first
business on the
introduction,
back. No business. No
Freight has
business
one of
on
the
the back.
better starts than
Yeah, it was
than
crazy.
a lot of these athletes. But Freighter, but he did so well on the backstretch. He did exactly what he needed to do. Right? So that's why I
It was
say,
crazy.
And
it can
as you
be
talk about
fluid.
that, as you talk about that coach Q, when they and I believe when it was when they broke the record as well. But Freighter and Gatlin was on that back stretch. And you couldn't tell me say
Mhm.
Freighter is not a better athlete than Gatlin on that back
No
stretch.
man,
The
Gatlin, no,
man
Gatlin, no,
cheap brother.
Gatlin beat him on a back stretch.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
not understand what
but
me I say.
but
Actually,
not
you not
not
understand
to
what
the
me I say.
level of you'd
Not to the level that
expect.
he's supposed to.
Gatlin, as in
Like,
Freighter, that's what I said. Freighter did his job. Freighter maintained so close proximity to
Oh,
that's
Gatlin,
all he
fair
needed to
enough,
do.
fair enough,
right?
fair
There
enough.
That's
wasn't a
that's
huge
all.
disparity between them.
Yeah, that's all you needed. We just need you right there. Just give you at least like a 2, 3 step. And then Johan did his work.
Yeah, because if you're looking at Coach Q, the way the US set it up, in the US mindset is that
Them have
Gatlin
it
and
locked.
Freighter, Gatlin
Him
going
a go blow
eat
him
him
way.
up on this back stretch.
And Bolt can't catch
And
Bailey a
Bolt
go up.
can't catch Ryan Bailey. It's too late. But
Yeah.
Bolt and Bailey essentially get the button at about the same time.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
then the other weird aspect is the man that come second in the 100 meter running third leg.
yep, yep.
You get me? So it's not
Mm,
not everything set in stone because naturally you're thinking and him run the second in the 200. You're
well,
thinking Johan backstretch, open it up,
Yeah,
Johan's
run down
curve was
Gatlin.
very impressive.
Yeah,
Johan's curve
that's
was
what I'm
very
saying.
impressive.
That's what I'm saying after the fact. So seeing this team lineup before seeing the race, it would be
yeah.
like weird. You kind of side eye it a little bit. That's why I'm
Well,
saying that was driving home the point that though an athlete might seem out of sorts in terms of being positioned in whatever way it is, but I think especially with the relay coaches, there'll be some level of calculation or some level of consideration as far as All right, I think going in this order might prove to be fruitful, as weird as it seems. And
To
then
be
just trust it.
to be fair though, I think that if Asafa was not injured, Johan would have run the back stretch because I
Shoulda,
think
coulda.
yeah, no, I'm just saying we know that it never happened. But I think that the original team would have been
No, but
Nesta to
I think if Asava wasn't injured, Nesta wouldn't be starting.
but
That's my claim.
you'd have put Asafa
Asafa
on
to
the
start.
first leg.
Of course.
Yeah,
So you,
you
so
say
you
like Asafa as a horrible start.
exactly. So
You've
you
never seen
prefer,
Asafa start a 4x1?
but so
I
no,
have
you
seen him
probably
start at
haven't
4 by
seen.
8.
Hold on a second. Hold on,
Okay.
hold on,
No,
hold
no,
on,
no.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Let him
2016 he
finish.
did.
Let him finish.
In 2016 he did start. But for me personally, given the form that Asaf Paulo was in, it would just be weird to see him on the first leg. I would
Every,
put him on one of the
All
straighter
right.
legs
So
then.
so Akil, me glad
Okay.
you bring this up. The form that Elaine is in, me no want to see Elaine start my relay. Me
Why?
glad you bring this up.
no, is
The
it
same exact reason that you just stated about
No,
Asafa. The
no,
form that she is in, I don't want her starting my relay.
no, man. But
On
the
top
thing
of that,
about is
she's not a
no. But
good
the thing,
starter.
who says Elaine is not a good starter?
She's
she
come
is not.
on, bro.
She is not.
Who says that
Come
Elaine is
on,
not a good
bro.
starter?
Who
Akil.
say it? Elaine say it. The coaches say it. My eyes say it. Who else?
Akil, give me a break, bro.
Bro, you want
How
to
can
see
you?
Elaine?
Wait, now, how can you say that who can you say that a 698 sprinter, 60
Because
meters, not a good starter?
because I can show you if I had time, I would pull up every single reaction time for Elaine versus the field, and then we can talk about that.
But the first leg is not 60 meters. It's not just the start. It's about probably about 80 to 90
You
meters.
know,
Yeah,
say you
If
but
you're
contradict
telling me
your
that
own
Elaine
self, your
can't run,
brother.
how
Akil,
may I contradict my own self?
Akil, Akil, just
Let's about the
Akil.
argument that we keep on bring across. You say outcomes an athlete with a 698 in 60 meters does have a fast start. And then you're going
But
to go
then
on to
now
say,
you're saying
oh,
it's
well,
not
it's
about
longer
60
than.
meters.
No,
Come on,
because
bro.
the way Oakham's is saying, we don't a first leg is somebody will just bush out of the blocks, quick reaction time and so forth. And the thing about it is that what I'm saying is that yes, you want someone with a quick reaction time, but the first leg is not just about quick
All right.
reaction time.
So I'm going to give you a perfect example.
It,
Our coach Q here, our
yes.
coach Q here, again,
Mm-hmm.
was the starter for Class 1 St. George's College team. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, Coach Q probably not going to say it, but let me say it. Without not having coach, and again, you can watch Coach Q run 100 meter and you can develop your own analysis from that. But again, Coach Q on a 4x1 is no starting leg, is no joke team. I don't care who you put on that starting leg against him, they are not handing over the baton before a Coach Q. They're just not. And again, on a 60-meter Coach Q run, but in every Coach Q 100 meter, 60 meters, Coach Q leading. Ask him, just ask him. He can tell you. So again, I'm using that information to say there are persons who coach you, relay persons, but there are also persons who get out of the blocks, and those are the persons that I want starting my relay. I don't want slouchy Elaine starting my relay and then when she about
Elaine
to
is
have
not slow, Chi.
what do
All
you
right.
mean?
Again, Akil, I'm just saying, think of the present atmosphere that we're in. All right.
Okay.
Don't think of 10-5-4 Elaine,
I'm not thinking about 10-5 for
but thinking
Elaine.
of the Elaine that you saw at national trials. That's the last time
So,
we saw her run.
coach, coach, you know what you need to say to
And
him? The same thing that you just said. Don't think about the 698 E lane.
I am not
don't
thinking
think about the
about the
698
698
Elaine,
Elaine
Think
either.
about the 11-1, what's she run? 11-1 or 11-08. Think of that Elaine in regards to the relay pool that you're looking
and
at.
and I'm thinking about that Elaine, and I still think that Elaine would have been is the best person to start or relay. That's okay.
Hey, listen, man. Again,
As in, this is what make track and field nice, and especially the relays, because The relays are like is a game of chess. How what player you move first, how you set up on your position. Because I can guarantee you, the Jamaican coaches, the US coaches, they are all having thoughts in terms of how is Jamaica going to set up the 4x1 and how can we counter that? Or they look at it as how they would have set it up or how they have set up in history and how can counter that. And Jamaica will be looking at the same thing because no, it's more than just running mano a mano. No, you're running a team. So this is where a team effort comes in. This is where you employ like a strategy.
Okay. All right. Okay, since we're doing the old chess thing, so let me tell you why I went with that four. Because there's a high possibility that USA is going to start Tamari Davis to either Gabby Thomas or Shikari, or just keep it simple. Tamari Davis to Shakiri to Brittany Brown, and Brittany Brown to Gabby Thomas. Right? Let's keep it very simple. Good. No,
Well, they could.
Elaine
Can they only make two changes for the 4x1?
is two changes.
I think the last rule it can change all four.
You can change all four.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So you have Elaine versus Tamari Davis. You'd have Shelly versus Shakiri. You would have Kivona versus Brittany Brown on that curve. And then you'd have Shericka versus Gabby. That is a
And the
team that
only
can compete
person
against.
And
the
guess what?
only person that
And guess
will
what?
beat
And guess
the
what?
hold
Brittany
on.
Brown is going to keep Kivona and that
Brittany
meantime.
Brown,
That's why I said
Brittany Brown not eating up
the
Kivona on that
only
curve.
person, the only person that has a faster time that in that matchup than the US will be Shericka. So
No,
Shakiri has a faster time this season than Shelly. So two of them facing up on the backstretch, fine. Tamara Davis has a faster time than Elaine this season. So if you're looking at time, so you have both of them to match up on the first leg. All right. Kevona and well, who is it? Brittany Brown?
Yeah.
Brittany Brown.
And
Yeah.
Brittany Brown
Brittany
is
Brown
faster than the
has a faster time recorded this year than Kevona. So
Yeah.
that
Faster,
with that matchup.
faster time on a straightaway.
And I'm saying that, and I find, and I get that, and I'm saying that I'm just looking, I'm just pointing you to the other logics that will counter your statement. Mind you,
Yeah,
now, as I said, there's nothing wrong with the team that you set up. With the reason why you set it up like that, I understand. I totally understand in terms of Kevona running the curve. I think she ran an excellent curve on the 200. All right, and undoubtedly with relays you utilize persons that have a particular skill set. When I ran, the reason why I started 4x1s in high school was because I had a quick start and I could navigate the corner very well, extremely well, right? So it would seem like I'm significantly faster. I just know how to distribute speed better around the corner, all right? So Kevona could have that skill set. All right, so we're not disputing that aspect, and that's why I tell you, I said year
But
4, it makes practical sense. I'm not saying it's rubbish. I think the only one thing that's questionable there is Elaine and the start.
But Coach Q, again, so this is how I look at it, right? Dissecting Aki's sport. All right, so let me do it, Kevona. I don't think if let's say we put Natasha, Elaine, Shericka, Shelly. I don't think if Jamaica doesn't win, it's going to be because we never put Kevona on that team. That's my personal feeling. I don't think I'll say, oh, like we never win because there was no Kevona. Like if it was Kevona, then we would
Here,
have.
so here's my thing now. And remember, this is at the elite level. You see, if Kevona made that 200-meter final, and and there are considerations of her running that 4x1, I'll say, boy, she did, based on whatever I saw, I said, boy, all right, she did look good coming off the corner.
Yeah.
That would be me looking at like for example
I know.
Daryl Nita.
Oh,
All right, Daryl Nita and say, boy, Daryl Nita
Yeah.
never look too bad on that again. Andrew Hudson in that curve was awesome. easy man it for the 200 for the men. So as I said, boy, I can understand you having him in the relay pool because of that particular skill set. Um, and as I said, there's nothing ideally wrong with your setup, Akil. I just think everybody's argument is there can be. It's not that it's not a team that needs Kevona. So there isn't like a need for a Kevona right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think she, of course, I think she can run a good third leg, but would we miss her if she's not on it? As Kim said, I don't think so.
yeah.
I'm I'm concerned because 41-7 was, given the standards that we're at now in terms of relief, 41-7 was really slow.
So what did you want them to run in the heats with
And by what
very
them need
little
to,
with very little competition? What did you want them to run? That's what I'm
and by
asking.
with my very little
That's what
competition,
I said. Did they have competition in
it
that heat?
it doesn't
Up
matter
until
the
the ankle, eh?
competition.
Akil, answer what the man asks.
Yes, for a minute it doesn't matter. Like when you're running
All
a
right,
four by
Akil,
one
lane two.
heat,
So
your
lane
aim
two,
is to
right?
qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Your aim is
So you
just to
get.
qualify for the
Uh-huh.
final. Like what? Like I'm not understanding. Like I feel like so. This is my team.
No, but
Like I feel,
USA use their B team and still run 41-5.
is it their B team? Because I
Okay,
don't think Gabby Thompson is going to
good.
be on that. I don't think Gabby Thomas is going to be on that team. I really don't think so. And I don't think
No,
Gabby.
no,
And again,
no. Gabby will be there, man.
I do not think so because again, that
I
was the
tell them,
riff
man.
that
All
was in
right,
the US camp.
you seen the post race interview after the 200-meter earlier on today.
Mm,
They asked her about it, and she said yes, she'll be there
yeah.
for
Okay.
the
That
four
But
by
happened
one
again.
in
and the
mixed
four by
relay.
four.
But again, Gabby Thomas on a 4x1, I'm not worried about a Gabby Thomas. I don't know. A 4x4,
From
a 4x4, probably a little bit more because I've seen her on a 4x4.
so the Gabby to the US 4x1 is this generation of Alison Felix on a 4x1 for the USA.
No, 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 Coach Q. I no. I think that is. I
But they
think
will
that
have her
is.
hankering though.
I think
Yeah,
that
they would
is
have her
total
anchoring.
disrespect to Alison Felix. I think that.
2160 as a PB, faster
Yeah,
than Allison's ever.
Come on, Ken.
yeah.
21-8
But coach,
in the
you have to
finals
factor in
today.
that. But listen though, coach. But listen though, coach. What you have to factor in, and you always mention stuff like these. Yes, you look at the PBs and all of that, but Alison Felix on a relay team is like a total different monster.
Have we
For
seen
sure.
Gabby on a relay
It's like
team?
a transform.
Have we
On
seen
a four
Gabby on
by
a relay?
four.
And
On a four by four.
I'm just asking, have we
To be
seen Gabby on a 4x1?
to be
Look,
honest,
okay.
No,
in Tokyo, no.
so
In
I'll give her
Tokyo,
the time.
in Tokyo, no. In Tokyo, she anchored. She anchored the USA team in Tokyo. And to be honest, she did close the gap on Shericka.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
They
Gabby is a
lost.
closer. Gabby
Coach
is a
Q.
They
closer.
lost, but Gabby
No.
did close the gap on Shericka.
Yeah.
Tomato. Coach Q, listen. What I'm saying is that this is what I'm saying about Gabby. All right. This is what I'm saying about Gabby. I listen. Gabby couldn't even make the 100-meter team. All right. And again, we are compared to Alison Felix. I think if Alison Felix had decided to run the 100, I think she'll finish top three every single time.
No.
No.
No, I think so. I think she'll finish top
All
three
right, so just
every
like you
single.
say,
Yeah.
is a disrespect
Is
to
it?
Alison a while ago. This year, this the 100-meter athletes them.
Yeah.
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 No, no, I'm saying
That is
top three at the
disrespect.
US trials, not
No.
overall at the US trials. I think Alison Felix is making the top three every single time at the US
Nope.
trials if she run. Why? Okay,
She made the team based on a coin toss.
current toss.
Yes.
Or what?
She and
Explain the
she
coin
and
toss.
Tarmo tied for that position, and them do one coin for flip who make the team. Not
And
2012.
that's how she have made the team every single year.
No, that's how she made the 100-meter team in 2012.
Okay,
Okay,
and
so
then
the US team is confirmed, as I see. Davis to Gabby to TT Terry to Richardson. And I'm saying when you initially pointed out, I was like, there's no way they're going to take off TT Terry after that 4x1.
No way.
You know why?
And
Because on the team you need spirit. That is TT Terry.
and TT Terry on the curve, the deadly, you know.
Yeah, so
Well, any
put
leg,
Kevon up against TT Terry.
any leg, she's deadly.
No, 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 Josh. To be honest, it's USA's title to lose. It's USA's title to lose.
As and I'm because I think based on who the US has to inject on the team
Yeah, man, it's
and
their title
who
to
we
lose.
have, I'm saying, and the fact that US ran faster than we did, like we have 41.5 or 41.6,
41-5, I think. 45.
41.5. 41.5 with a shaky button change. And
I was about
there
to
was
go
no
there
Shakira
because
on that team.
I need to get your views on that.
Yeah, there's no Shakira on that team. There's no Gabby
Was
on
it
that team.
outside of the zone or not?
I
Not at
honestly
all.
didn't see it. I honestly did. I just saw it looked from that angle, looked out. It looked way down the exchange.
Hmm.
Right? It
No, no,
looked
no.
like a bad
So
part.
this is
But it
what
just
Coach.
depends on when she got the ball.
Let me give you the Noah Lyles example when he was talking about the accident that never make him break the record. I think so this is it, right? So this is the exchange zone. This is the exchange zone right here. This is the end of the exchange zone. Right? And Tamara Clark was like right here at the exchange zone, like right, like her foot, and she literally breaks up, like at a standstill, and then get the button and then move off. So she was, but again, I say that was discretion of the judges because if the judges had said, "Hey, disqualify," you couldn't really say
You
Ray
can't
because
cut
it
it.
was that tight. So it was touch and go. It was a really touch and go. But I
Uh,
think,
there's
but
enough
USA's
technology, in terms of there's
Mhm.
clearly
Right.
enough technology to pick up that. I think they have cameras positioned on every leg to really zone in on that. If there was true violation of the rules. But if they say she's safe, I believe she might have been.
Well, to be honest, you really, to be honest, you really can't trust the officials, because
Well, and did
Carston,
I hope did any other team in that race protested? Or
they
any,
did. Germany did. Germany
Germany
and
did.
Trinidad did.
Okay, so well then clearly,
Because those
yeah,
were the two teams that were out of the bubble.
hmm
So,
and
they
it
both
would have
protested.
affected them, right? So clearly
Yeah.
they would have protested it.
Yeah.
you
So
So they
guys,
did.
you guys heard about the whole Carston thing in the semi-final, where he should
no,
Yeah.
have been disqualified
he should have
because
been.
because what happened was that instead of hurdling, he basically basically carried over his leg around the hurdle and not over the hurdle.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If your three
Yeah.
legs goes around the hurdle, then
Hmm.
it's deemed that disqualified. It's deemed that you're cheating the hurdle.
Nah. But, so, Coach Q, how you have this one going? How you have
The
this
the,
one?
the women 4x1.
Yeah.
Taking passion and desire out of it, I say being objective, I say US, Jamaica, and I would say Great Britain.
Mm. Yep.
Okay. I have I have Jamaica to win, USA second, and Great Britain third.
Chems, really? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, that was the
Oh,
wrong
oh,
time.
okay. You missed out the entire show, so you don't know what going yesterday. So
Oh, oh,
I hope.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
want
yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah. You miss yesterday entirely. Hello, no matter what it again.
Yeah,
No
man.
matter
Now
what it
we
again.
we even give you a big apology yesterday and never about either. So
Yeah, we all apologize to you too. You hear me?
to be
Yeah.
honest, it's three apologies that was owed. One
Oh,
for the 400 meters. I said that we could have medal in the 400 meters for men.
uh,
Other
everybody said
one
that,
is
so I'm happy
But
that
no,
everybody
no,
said that.
no, 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 no,
everybody
no.
said that.
No. I'm talking about the start of the championships. I'm not talking about when him they run the
Yeah,
rounds.
but you never have
No,
Antonio
no, no, no,
Watson. No,
no, no,
hold on,
no, no, no,
Akil, hold
no, no,
on,
no.
hold,
No, I
Akil,
said
hold
that.
on,
No, I said
Akil,
that the
hold on,
male.
Akil, hold on, Akil, calm down, now, calm
Okay.
down. Listen, listen, Akil, let me show you something.
Yes.
You can't, like, we only give you apology for Daniel Williams because you named that athlete by name, right? Again, knowing how patriotic you are, you always give Jamaica an opportunity for medal. So everything is, all right, Jamaica and this, Jamaica and that. We can't give you apology for that. So again, remember, at the start you said you had either Seville or Watson or Seville or Ford, one of them, to get a medal in the 100 meters. Should that have happened, we would have
Similar Watson.
apologized to you for that, right? Because again, they give us name specific. So you said Daniel Williams can medal and she win the goal, and you said she can even win. You said Daniel Williams can win because she's been running on the circuit. She just
Big
need to da da
apology,
da
man.
da. Go ahead. We apologize for that. But again, we can't apologize because you're so patriotic. So Jamaica always gonna be in the running
What?
for you.
No. What about Clayton? I said to you that out of all three of the hurdlers, Clayton is the most likely to medal.
Levon
Hold on,
said the same
And
Akil.
you
thing.
said that is and you said that is
Let me just
rubbish.
pass. Akil, hold on, Akil. Make him pass still. Because me not beat him, isn't because me tell him say Clayton got medal. No.
Yeah,
Man tell me
Levon
say,
said the
yo,
same
Clayton
thing. Coach
cannot
Q
beat
said the
Russell.
same thing.
The
Adrian said
man
the
beat him
same thing.
from now to next week, so there's
I had
no way.
Johnny Russell coming third.
Yes, and then
But
apologize
let's
to the
make it
one that
slide.
the one that's
So my apologies all I know. Me have Johnny Russell,
no.
another
And
Jamaican.
you
Yeah,
know,
no, apologize to Akeem. None of this is going to apologize.
me
Apologize
not
to
business,
Akeem.
me not business about the apology neither. But I'm just saying that when I mentioned the fact that the male can medal in the men's 400 meters, you kiss your teeth and say, oh me a chat rubbish. And I went and something and Levon can play it over as evidence.
Well, so when Ken say, hold on, him sure gets smaller. But then say, when trouble catch you, pick the shot fit you.
But Akil, here's just saying that Kim's right, Akil, really 400 meter. You need to
No, but
name the athlete.
no,
Of course you
no,
need
no,
to.
no, 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 no.
No
The thing
apology if you
about
can't name an
no, no,
athlete.
no, 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 no.
So it
The
would
thing
have just been
about is that
automatic.
the thing about is that I said that Sean Bailey was unbeaten. He was unbeaten in the 400 meters going into the something there, and I did mention Antonio Watts as a candidate for the
So,
medal. The two of them,
Mm,
I
so
said that the two of them could have
Akil,
medal.
here we go on Akil. You
I
know,
want of them
say,
medals. You
I
know,
wanted them
hold on,
medal still. I
but
want
here what,
One
one
of
like
them medal.
last.
but here what
I
though?
want one
Every
last.
single show that we do is recorded on the channel. So
Okay,
just
no
get back through that
problem.
video there and find the
No
I
clip
did.
there.
problem.
See?
I'm fine. Find the proof and present it. Present the case.
But
But
Akil, 4 by 1.
yesterday was a
Let's see finish. Oh,
mhm.
let's see going.
USA winning all day. Jamaica finishing second. I actually like Cote d'Ivoire for third.
To the youth, yeah, man. Yo, I them they appreciate for the third to you. Because I say, yo, there's no way Talua left the championship without a medal. Talua need a medal, man.
It'll be heartbreaking.
Lazarus come forth. So
Yes, man. She need a medal, man.
that's all I say.
And
Yes,
That's
man.
really
Because
good.
I was actually surprised. It was earlier today that I was reading about what happened after the 100 meter. I heard that she went into her little corner and she broke down crying because she said that she did everything that she could have done this season. Because I mean, yeah, she was unbeaten until the championship,
Mhm,
and there
mhm.
she was falling short once again.
She ran her
So yeah,
fastest
she
time in
broke
the
down.
final still.
It's the worst. It's tough when you. It's a worse season for her. Meaning you're going up against a Shakira, a Shelly, a Shericka. Like you don't normally have. Like think about it. You run 10-7 how much time from season and come show up on the day and a 10-6, 10-6 and 10-7 position.
When a person that coming familiar like somebody we know.
If I miss a gas bag, you know one person.
Because
Oh,
mine tell me from the other day say him, you know. So
Yeah,
in
if I
this
miss
if
a
I
gas
in
bag.
this if I
yeah.
out the show and run go in the comment section. All right, boss.
Yeah. By the way, though, I didn't even get for comment on Shakira's 100-meter victory. No, I'm going to say that I did not have her on the medal, and I will take the L for that. I
So
didn't have her
Akil,
on
Hey,
the
you are gonna
medal.
Akil.
Ak-
We needed
Akil
to
got
be
gone
on the
from
shows when we're
Aki,
having
No
discussion
man.
Yeah.
surrounding those
Sometimes
things.
sometimes I had.
Yeah,
Akil that
yeah.
gone from weeks ago, boss. We
Come,
get
we
I just
over
all,
want to
that.
make. I just want to make
we
a
all
point.
come and salute Kims and everybody give him glory. And the
Yeah,
man have
yeah,
waving
we
the
passed
America
that long
flag. We
time.
pass that. For me, see Kims never won that praise already.
Yeah,
Since
we
Sims
passed.
even become
Man change,
Jamaican,
man
bro.
change
Kim's turn
nationality
Jamaican
since
citizen, you know?
then. Yeah.
Okay, all right, no, all right.
Where me,
But
Water
boss?
under the bridge.
but for some reason, I think Great will actually get the bronze, but I just want Talu to get that little bronze medal
Yeah,
again, man.
it
To at
would be
least have
nice.
something to hold on
I
to.
want to
Yeah.
make a point though. Dina no look good all championships.
One of them,
Yeah,
you know,
Dina's
I
been
get it right all the
disappointing,
time.
man.
She just having a rough season. Hey, but tell you what, Black man, she, she just having a rough season,
Yeah,
fam. It's not our best. Not our best season. She was much better last year, and yeah, you know, it's not that easy to. As I always said, with athletes, we only see them on the track. We don't know what they're going through in their personal life. We don't know what's happening,
Yeah.
injuries or whatever, or you know, whatever stressors happening in her life. So you know, it's just evident that she is, and she's hurt by. She's not having a season that she wanted, and you know, she really hurt by that. So you know. I just hope that next year she come again. Is one of my favorite athletes. I love her for the sport because of you know her demeanor. She brings a contrast to Ashley, you know, and I like contrast in terms of personalities. We don't need 10 Shellys or five Shakiras.
mm,
You know, she brings a little bit more sophistication to the
Eh,
sport. And I love that.
eh, hey,
I guess Kenyan
Akil.
say
yeah.
that Talu is like Talu is like the best.
That's never a bird.
Oh,
One.
Akil. So I just get a text message, Akil, that
Yes.
I just get a text message that I must apologize to you and I must be nice to you. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. Somebody
you're
said.
good. You're good.
Somebody said take time with Akil. So I apologize, Akil, and moving forward, I'll tone it down. All right, boss.
Is
Very
that is
important.
that someone?
Oh
Is that
boy,
somebody who? Is that
It's
somebody who?
very important person to me, Akil.
Oh,
Very
very
important
important.
person. When she talk, I listen. So
I wonder if I track that man.
no, we don't even know track that one, boss. But
Oh, no
yeah,
problem.
yeah,
I'm
but
gonna tell you that man. Chat them man. I see him tell you normal in the
we
comment
know
section.
team, yeah, we know women, but me I say we don't know like personal, like if I have a phone number. So.
I'm gonna
Oh,
G
okay.
that man. But let's keep it rolling, gents, and welcome to that stage of the show, the 200 meters. And of course, we're gonna start with the women 200 meter. So one Shericka Jackson, man, I'm kind of a bit. It's a bittersweet feeling, if you know what I mean. I really wanted to see that record go, but as we stated yesterday, coach, when you and I were here, this stadium just does not want greatness to happen. It was
no,
a dead win, negative zero point 0.2,
dead.
like absolutely no help for the athletes. And
And the track
for
them
her to
dead.
come out and run 21.41,
Yeah, man, she worked for it. Listen, and I tell you, like you can know she worked for that because at the when she went through the line, and you know, don't think she took a while to stand up because she was, you know, disappointed or whatever. I said, the girl busted. Dali,
Boss. Proper
boss.
boss.
You get
Boss.
me? Yeah, I think I remember one point she get up and start the lactic in her glutes and her leg like have her. Cause girl run. Yeah, she put out a piece of running. She led every aspect of that race. Her first 100 was in 11:0, and her last 100 was in 10:3. Mm. So you know you can't take nothing from her. I think she went out there, she gone for it. I think there is a little disappointment, but it's not something that I think will dwell heavily on her because she's getting closer. And even in an interview, and I must add, based on the discussion we had yesterday, she had an interview with a female reporter from the US, female journalist that they've been using a lot for the
Oh,
I don't know if from the for
T.
the
T.
USA, huh? I think
Her
so.
name is T. Yeah, T.
Right. So Shericka, I'll try to find it and send it to you guys. So Shericka approached her and she's like, before she asked her, like, hey, Shericka, congrats and stuff. And then Shericka said, before I start, I just want to thank you for what you're doing. You're doing a great job. And it's clear that the athletes are comfortable with you because you understand the athletes and what they're going through. All right, that's just a segue in terms of the discussion we had yesterday about before the journalists and athletes and how they perceive and and the understanding behind it. Right. So, Sharika herself said that, listen, I'm getting closer. It's the second fastest time in history, and just means that, I'll be edging closer there. I think she'll have a better shot. I think if she's running the 200 at Zurich, that's a faster track. If she still has that height,
Probably
being,
Kenya too.
Me want she
yeah,
run it. Want she run it at
yeah,
Oregon.
No, we're
yeah.
not
Oregon
saying
is
I'm gonna
kind of
Kenya go run the record.
No, we're
USA
not.
self share run it pan.
Yeah,
We're
Oregon.
not
Me want
Oregon, we're
that.
saying that.
but it is.
Oregon.
Yeah. So if she gets that,
Oregon. Me want that.
there, I think she still has a shot at it for this season. But yeah, and I think she'll get it for this season. So well,
So
excellent for her.
the thing is, coach. So the thing is, coach Q, and I've said it before. I believe in order for her to break the record at these championships or at any championship, the win has to be positive. Positive 1.3, 1.4, all the way up to positive 2.0, right? As again, irrespective of what we believe the record is or who set the record or why the record was set, the record is the record, right? And I believe that you need as much help as possible, like 21-34, and on a joke time. Because we see Shericka dominate, like she was literally running by herself. Like there was nobody even close. And the commentator said this is the largest victory in a 200 meters since Alison Felix in 2007. Like this gap was so wide.
I know Alison did doing it. What time she doing it?
Huh?
Allison did run. I think
I
Allison
think
did
she
run.
won by. I think she won by a point. I think they're talking about what she win by. So like
Gap
I
man.
point.
know, but I just I know the gap they're looking at, but
Oh,
I just
yeah.
want to curious
I,
about the time.
I think Allison run 20. She ran 21:81. That she ran a PB at the time. I think Veronica did must run 22 something. She
Yeah, it was
did.
like it was like it
She
was like
she did
it was
fix
like
it.
a it was like a big thing. But
Uh,
the race itself, I think as best as you want a race executed, I think it was. I think she cleared everybody off the corner and in the straight. She was tall, pumping, knees high. But again, you need a little bit of help from the wing at least. Give me a 1 point, give me a 1.0, give me a 1.5, whatever the case may be. And again, to Coach Q point, I think for her to break this, it probably have to be like a one-off race in one of them places there. The Oregons of the world, the Zurich where you mentioned. You say you guys say you don't want to go Kenya. Every time Shelly go Kenya, it's always some 10-6 something. So I'll Kenya.
Shelly run 10-6. I'm not please. So no,
Yeah,
let's go
but
back up to that.
yeah,
Don't do
but
that to Shelly.
even the twins them. Even remember when the twin go Kenya, go run 10 low, 10-90 something. I think it was
That makes sense to talk
whatever.
about twin
no,
them, bro. We didn't even talk about what from I mentioned Kenya just mentioned Ferdinand Omaniala.
I
That
run
man
yeah.
run 9-8 every single year. When it comes on to
Man
Yes.
majors,
fast. Man fast
Yeah.
man. Well,
So
I can give him one in the finals.
yeah. So
Get
then
a 4 point.
so when you look at that, but then what again, the race done and over with. What I really love, was how excited the US athletes was for, and obviously we know Gabby and her Jamaican roots. We
yeah
know
man, Gabby a
Shakar.
yardy man.
Yeah,
It's a Shakari have a little bit of yardy in
yeah,
her still.
yeah, and yeah. I mean, she dated a Jamaican, of course. But Shakari and her team, like everyone was just so happy, and I like to see that even in competition, even in rivalry, when it's all said and done, we can take a step back and appreciate, what an athlete
You
has
know,
done.
you know what this reminds me of? I think a lot of the Jamaica versus America feud is fan base. This is similar to Gully Gaza. Movado never left fire no bullet after cartel, like physical shots after cartel.
Yeah.
The fans were firing physical shots after each other, right? And
Because
that is just testament in terms of she
I
respects
guess I guess
they
what I
respect
watch a
each other.
full interview afterwards. Sorry about
Mm-hmm.
that, Coach Q, but just to add to what you're saying. I watched a full interview after the race, where they sat down and everybody was
Mm-hmm.
interviewing them, man. That was one of the questions that was asked. They said
Mm-hmm.
that we saw the camaraderie after the race, and I think Shakari was one who answered. He said that even though we're from different countries, like I understand what every athlete goes through, so we have to congratulate each other because
Yeah,
we are the ones
you
that
celebrate.
understand it the best.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I liked it, man.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
good. It's good for the sport. I like it. And you know, when they're lined up before the race, yeah, man, cut short business. No friend.
to be
After the
honest,
race results show, big up yourself.
though, I think that the rivalry between USA and Jamaica, I think it's predominantly from the US side, and it's because of Jamaica's dominance.
Naturally.
So
And because
Eh,
we're bright and feisty, we lick us up.
yeah,
and
we
then it,
we
and then
lick
it,
us up.
But you're a coach, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, Akil. Just like Coach Shakir made that point and said that what every athlete goes through, and not because we're from different countries. Of course, Shericka just jab her instantly. Because say, well, a long time, yes, never won the 100 meters still doing it. So she
mhm.
have to just reiterate the point to there and then, and
Exactly,
everybody
exactly.
had a laugh
So
about it because it was
yeah,
funny.
it's
Yep.
funny.
So
Yeah, and you know,
Akil, I'm giving you a public invitation right now. We are we are going to France 2024. You know, so we have a piggy bank and we are putting dollars and cents every
well,
day to try and save towards it. So sports frenzy live at France. You know, you should be there. What you saying, Akil?
let's just sure about that, you know.
Akil,
Coach Q.
Akil,
eh,
you're the
now
consummate
miss.
optimist. Come on, give us an optimistic answer.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
sure
dear
about
Coach
that.
Q.
France now miss.
France now, that's what I like to hear. Like
Thank
looking at
you.
these championships, I'm saying, why wouldn't I be there at France?
Yeah, missed the last part of the show last night, Kings. Me and coach there talk about it, man. I say, you said the Jamaica side they come through, bro. It's relatively young. So we're just
It, it,
excited about what is to come
it,
in the
Mm-hmm.
future.
there's not much
Yep.
for one plane ticket from Jamaica to Paris.
You have a year for save, man.
Yeah, but here for sale.
No,
Come on,
Nobody,
and nearly
nobody buy a
2,000
Akil,
US
plane.
dollar. That's enough.
Nobody buy
Yeah,
no
Akil,
man.
as a man I
Burger
was
King
saying,
and all
Akil,
them things.
stop rob yourself of happiness by looking at the price. You
Price.
can work towards it. If you can work towards it, do it. Don't complain about the price.
You never
But
know when up between
Rico
now
to
and then.
what?
I have other expenses to think about at this time.
Rico to
Stop,
what? Big
stop
up
by
for
the
the super
Burger
chat,
King,
man. And
Akil.
yes,
Go to the Burger King and the KFC
I
for a
had to
year.
go to KFC and I had to go to Burger King.
come on, Akil. We know that you do it. But we're not gonna
No,
discuss. We're not gonna just dash out our secret then. But Rico to what? Big up for
no,
the
no,
super
no, no,
chats, and
no.
this is where we're going to go before we get into anything else. Um, Rico to what saying that Fit Alien versus Fit Jacko at Paris 2024 World Record race. Earlier on today, after the race finished, we were there discussing it, and we were saying that we would have loved to see Elaine at her best versus Shericka at her best in that 200 meter.
May, may I be honest? And you know, obviously, Coach Q is the coach. I'm gonna make him talk after, but me just get him my like 2 cents. Listen, again, Elaine 100% healthy. I don't see like remove the Yamed business and all of that, right? Just Elaine as an athlete,
Yeah.
as a superstar. 100% healthy, I think she is unbeatable. I think unbeatable on every level. The 100, the 200, I think she's unbeatable. Can this new coach, quote unquote Shelly, as she's called, can she get her back to that level? Can Ilian get the mental capacity? Because again, I would love to see 10.54 Shape Ilian versus 10.65 Sherika. 21, 21, 21.5 Ilian.
3.
Huh?
10-1-5-3. Yeah,
Yeah,
continue.
21.5 Ilian, 21.5 Ilian versus 21.4 Sherika. Line up in a final, everybody fit, ready to go. 1.5, 1.6 positive win. Everything on the line. Kemar, Coach Q, Levon in the stands. France,
Oh,
waving the
oh,
Jamaican
jeez,
flag, me with
man.
my Jamaican passport. We could ask nothing else. We could ask nothing else. Not no sweet so. So again, you
I
know,
wouldn't disrespect that lineup by predicting a winner.
yeah.
I would want to see that race. A very fit Sharika, a very fit um Elaine,
Oh gosh,
and
man.
I would even say just for compliment, a very fit a 21-6 shape Gabby Towns.
Gabby.
Just for compliment.
Oh gosh, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I
Yes, sir.
want to see that. I just want to see that race unfold. I would never
Oh gosh, man.
disrespect it
Oh gosh, man.
by predicting who would be better.
Akil, the man them say for start trap.
What was that?
Yeah,
But
well, go ahead. Go
it'll
ahead.
be
I
interesting
didn't
to
get
see, man.
I didn't get to comment on the 200,
Bro,
Uh,
Go on.
the airspace is free. I'm not running.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, man, Sharika run out to Wallfield back. Mm-mm. Left them dead and buried. And to think that there were some USA fans about behind Kem's in our group. There were some USA fans who thought that Shakiri was gonna was gonna beat Sharika. It was so funny. Um, but what I want to see is that 20 21 4 1 into a negative in a negative 0.2 is pretty impressive. I remember I was at Student Loan Bureau and I watched the race and I saw Shericka Jackson's reaction and I was saying to myself, 21 41 is are you disappointed? 21 41 are you disappointed? I say, yo. I
So
say, we can understand
Think,
Celino, but
the thing in Akil is when you set yourself personal targets that you actually believe that you can attain. When you fall short, bro, you're going to feel disappointed. And then she stated that she wrote down
mhm.
2 times. She said that 21.40 was the slowest that she was going to run. And she wrote that she was going to run 21.3 something. She didn't state 21.3 how much, but she said she right that she was going to run 21.3 as well. But
Why?
21.40 was the slowest that she had in mind.
And it's not only just the wind as well, it's also the heat. And because I heard the commentator saying that the conditions in Hungary is hot and humid. So I
But
understand that she
me and
desire
coach give them a solution yesterday, bro.
well
Cover the stadium, turn up the AC.
something that so even though she never run the 21 3, I just think that 21 4 1 in hot and humid conditions would basically still win. Lord man, that was ridiculous. Shout out to Shikiri who ran 21 9 2.
Adrian, go in a youth. No one afraid to say it. Me can be the first one to say it. Looking at this 200 meter, there's no way on earth that
No,
she should
no,
have lost
no.
that 100
Let me
meter.
highlight. Let me highlight. No, let me highlight something. Let me
No, we're
highlight
not go about
something.
this. Just say we're
No,
not go
no,
about
no,
it.
no, no, no. I want to highlight it. Right. Sharika ran 10.72 into a negative 0.2 wind. Statistically, that is the best race she has ever run in her career, because the
Bro, we don't want to hear that.
10.65. No, the 10.65 was in a positive 1.6 wind.
We don't want to hear that, fam.
No, but I'm trying to. No, but I'm saying
If
statistically,
you're going to
it
come,
was
if
the
you're going to
best
come
race.
to me with that, listen to me, Akil. If you're going to come to me with that BS, I'm going to tell you that Shakir Richardson in the same negative 0.2 run 10.65. Don't come to me with that BS.
No, but Shakira, when Shakira ran 10.71, it was basically in a still wind as well.
Next.
No, man. So statistically, it was Sharika's best race. I'm just
Statistically,
putting
she
it out
finished
there.
second and she shouldn't have lost. Done. Don't continue the bull.
why you come upset them man? You know go on good enough.
Somebody
yeah,
I feel a little bit nice, bro.
Shakira on the day was a superior athlete.
Make him
Akil,
enjoy the day.
better they just leave the 100 meter alone, no, brother.
yeah. We'll go through all of them
Are
emotions
you on
there.
one
Long
Stridex in
time
the
ago.
comment section? Yo, Stridex, are you for going to either?
Hey, listen.
But
Go ahead.
no man, if you have anything to finish up on
No,
the
nothing else
comment
about
section,
this.
I'm going exactly where we should go now. Men's 200 meter. This man tell with years upon years and say him have a 19.105 in a train. Seeing? Yes. The negative win and all of that, and we're going to give it that. Seeing? But the same negative win. Shericka ran 21.41. Bro, it came out and ran
Did
19.5.
Shericka have a crash?
Huh?
The
Did
Shericka have a
Shericka
crash.
have a go kart crash? Did Shericka crash? No, no one else had a crash.
Yeah, man say
Hey,
I'm alright. The man tell us I'm alright.
Well,
Him alright until he realized he never get a record. Then the crash.
But not even him will beat still enough. Is there a particular guy right up there so we switch allegiance? Yeah man, he switch back allegiance to Jamaica. This man believe that like live sell this man false hope say my broke the record and the man that cry every day say
God.
lies I gonna broke it. I'm disappointed,
well,
you know, so I'm not gonna beat him. I'm not gonna beat him still, no, brother. You know
I
that.
mean, I mean, I
No
am
man, this one I'm not gonna
disappointed,
beat you. Like live sell me the dream too. So I'm not
bro.
gonna beat you. So
Bro,
lives that
I
disappoint me,
tell
no,
you that.
brother.
So I tell you, like,
mhm.
I was a million percent on board for Lions breaking that record, but the caveats that I had was it had to be a positive win. It couldn't be a negative win because I know. Listen, with a negative
But
win,
Kim,
it's gonna
the thing
be
about it though, bro, and as I said, all right, even though it wasn't a positive win, at least give me a 19.3. I feel a little bit better knowing say, yeah, give me a 19.3. So
yeah,
me know say,
yeah.
yeah,
The
Listen,
you're
19,
right there.
the 19, the 1952 time was disappointing, right? Based on, and you can only be disappointed based off expectations, right? If you don't have any expectations, then there's no disappointment. But
Facts.
I believe that even Noah Lyles himself, was disappointed in the time. Obviously, you win the gold medal, so that kind of offset everything. But again, all year long, he's been targeting this record. I remember when he came to Jamaica, I think it was um, Heat is no problem. Oh, I think it was Racers. I think it was Racers Grand Prix.
hot and
Yeah,
humid.
right. And Usain Bolt, spoke to him and said, "Hey, continue what you're doing." And I'm paraphrasing. Continue what you're doing is good for the sport. We need this kind of energy. We need this kind of thing, in the sport, right? And then him going out there, even when him line up, I'm saying, even looking at the time, I'm saying this clock is wrong. Because again, even if he never get the 19.19, I'm expecting him to be somewhere in the vicinity based on the shape that he said he was in and based on what was happening. 1952, was kind of disappointing for me. But again, if it's one thing Noah have on his side, is age. And I think he's just 24 years of age. So again,
Who?
France, we are Noah.
No, bro.
What do you mean no?
No, it's not 24 fam. No, it's 26. To my if I remember correctly, isn't he?
26.
Me not
Yeah.
older than Noah Lyles. I'm
Huh?
not older than him.
Hold
Check
on,
that
let me see.
again, bro. No, it's 26
No,
fam.
Is he?
Remember that Noah and the Julian Fort they basically ran in the same year.
Yeah,
No man,
yeah, I'm
no, it's
sorry. He was
26.
born 1997. Yeah,
Yeah, so
1997.
it's 26
But
going, yeah.
20, still have age for him side. Still. Next year he's 27. The other world championships he's 28. That is the window. After that, him can kiss the record the goodbye if he hasn't broken it. And then we'll start looking at Knighton and we'll start looking at Tiboko and see what them can do. Right?
So
Hold on, Aki,
sorry.
hold on, Aki, put your phone on mute.
Okay.
All right, thank you, boss. Right. So, so again, disappointing. Andrew Hudson, probably the person who benefited most from that crash, because he will get a bye in that final, and get an eighth place. Nine persons were in the race, get an eighth place, get a little $5,000, get a little thing, for your pocket, feel good for go home. Know that is something we can build on. But I know we're talking about Noah. I'm definitely disappointed. If anybody want to throw stones at me, hey, Kems, you're an idiot. Oh, you never know. Oh, no record. I'll take it all because again I came on this platform, even though I gave a caveat and say, hey,
Mhm.
need to be a positive win. But 9.52 at this juncture, based on the form that he said he was in, I was a little bit disappointed as well.
Positive winner, no positive win. I knew he was never even gonna smell that world record. The good thing is that I have a little I have a little spreadsheet that allows me to input the times, so input like certain times, and I'll be able to see what the athletes will have to target in order to run that time. So I put in 1910, and in order for Noah to run 1910, he has to do either two things. He has to run sub 10 on the curve, or he has to run sub 9 on the straightaway. And the truth is, Noah ain't doing any of those two things.
All right, so Akil,
He ain't
I
doing
was looking
any
at
of
something.
them.
I was looking at something today that I saw one of my fellow guys,
Hmm.
sports friends, they posted. So said that Yon Blake at 969 his PB was 19.26, right?
Hmm.
Noah Lyles at 9.86 his that was his PB then. His 200-meter PB is 19.31. Which one of them I think is more impressive?
Which one is more impressive?
Yeah, based
1986.
on the dimensions that I just mentioned.
The thing about is that the thing about that when it comes to the 200 meters, there are factors that
Okay, that means that they
also,
cannot give me an answer, eh?
yeah. I would no. What I'm trying to say is that I can't say that Noah or Johan's was more impressive because at the end of
No,
the
you
day,
can't. Akil, come on, Akil.
no. What I what
Reason why I brought up that point, I've seen multiple people mentioning that Noah has to be somewhere around 9.70, between 9.70 to 9.75 in order to get close to the record. But
not
what
not
I'm trying to put across is that if at 9.86, right, he ran 19.31, what sort of time do you think he should be targeting in that 100 meter?
the thing about is that is that you also have to look at his lactate tolerance as well because Michael Johnson he was the fastest 100-meter runner, but he had a very high lactate tolerance, right? And that allowed him to run 19.3.
You know, some feel say they can just study some form of politics.
No, it's not
Yo,
former
you try go.
politics.
No, no, no. Reason I'm saying that, brother, I'm asking a straightforward question. There, you have to give me one long go round corner answer before you get to the point.
No, man, because the thing about it is that I can't say that Johan is more impressive than Noah because of the fact that Noah has a slower PB in the 100 meters. But the same as well, I can't say that Noah is more impressive than Johan because we don't know who is a better 400-meter runner out of Johan and Noah. Because it could be that Noah is actually a better 400-meter runner or or better longer range athlete than Johan when he was at his prime. Man, now go around the thing, man. When I talk it straight, it's very hard to really say one is more impressive than the other because of just the times. You have to look at everything.
All right.
So you
So,
also have to look
coach,
in.
you can get in after that kill
Mhm.
finish up and you can just get the point across.
No, so as I was saying before,
Um.
so that
Okay.
oh sorry, my bad.
No, man, go through, go through, go through.
No man, I was saying that in order for Noah to run 1910, he has to do either of those two things. And I don't think Noah is gonna do that because at the end of the day, Johan, who was running who was running 19.2, he literally ran 9 point, I think it was 9.1. He ran 9.1 on the straightaway. So therefore Noah Lyles would have to run faster than Johan, right? Faster than Johan's 9.1 and faster than Usain's 10, what, get a sub 10 or 10 off the curve in order to run 1910, right? And as I
But him not need. Well, my thing is Akil.
mm-hmm.
Him no need for run 1910. Him just need for run 19.18.
No, but even 19.18, him either have to run. he either has to run sub or even let's give him the benefit of doubt. He has to run either 10-0, so 10-0 on the 10-0 on the curve off the curve, and then 19-1, 19-1 on the straightaway. No,
9-1.
yeah, 19.1 or sorry, 9.1, right?
Yeah.
The thing about is that Noah, even when he ran the 19.3, Noah was not running 9.1 off the straightaway.
Yeah. Okay, Akil, but again, I think I think when we say stuff like him can't do it or him never do it, I think we're discrediting the athlete and we're discrediting the coach, like who is preparing the athlete. Right? Again, there is so much the track and field has grown so much since 14 years ago, technology wise, nutrition wise, when Usain Bolt and broken the record. Obviously, we know that Usain Bolt is a unicorn, a one in a lifetime athlete, right? But again, a lot of us just have to believe that Usain could also run sub 19. Should Usain have, tweak a little things, we think he could have run sub 19. So we don't think that 1919 was the ceiling for both. More like probably 18.90, 18.91, we can guesstimate that. Right? So I'm saying Noah is already right now the best 200 meter man in the world right now for a while.
Hmm.
So winning, I think, is okay, cool. So I think now when you can just zone in, when you can just zone in on a world record, again working with his coach and just zone in on the things that he needs to do. And for a man who is as determined, as motivated, as fuel as Noah Lyles, I think it's kind of crazy for sit down here so and I say the man can't do it. Would it be difficult? Absolutely. Is it a hard challenge? Of course. But for sitting here and say him can't do it, like I can't legitimately say him can't do it. Similar to people that say, Shericka, quote unquote, before she had run the 21:45 and she said that, she wanted to get that record, get close to it, because it's possible. People that say, oh, she can't have that, or the record there, quote unquote, drugs up and all of them something. And I
I
think
feel I feel like we're talking in circles. Feel long, so I know this one. So just to address one thing, the whole Johan at the same within the same age range as Noah Lance is right now. Akili made a mention about 400s. Don't know what the faster PB. Blake has a faster 400. Has a faster everything than Noah does. Right?
Okay.
Faster 100, faster 200, faster 400.
Okay.
So hands down within that same age range that Lance is now, Blake is better. In this
Okay.
generation, currently right now, Noah Lance is the best. Right? So he is multiple world champion, multiple times consecutively the fastest man in the world over the 200 meters. He has mastered that event. Um, will he re-Bolt's 200-meter record? Right now, he's the best picked to challenge it. He's the only person that he can look at to possibly challenge it.
He is.
Based on the form that he's in, he is head and shoulders ahead of everybody else. So who else? Who better to challenge it than he? Than he is. All right. Noah's estimation of early estimation of running 9.6 and then coming back to 9.10. Had he run that 9.6, he would have put him in a position that he can get the necessary splits needed to complete that 19.1 second for the 200. All right. But he didn't get the 9.6, so then that will automatically put in a position to say, okay, clearly you're not in that realm to achieve that 19.1. So looking for 19.1 today in the finals was overreaching, personally, based on the form that he showed himself to be in for the 100. And, irrespective of the accident and stuff, still a phenomenal athlete. And as I said, in this day and age, he is the best at 200 meters, and he's proven himself to be. He won. He's now has a sprint now. So, and he will. If should he US win the 4x1 as well, then he will have a clean sweep of all of the entire the World Championships, which makes him the fastest man right now. Right? So not knocking Nolan at all. He's extraordinary, he's great, but someone mentioned in a comment I saw earlier today that the magnitude of votes records that he ran at championships, navigating rounds. These weren't run-off runs when there's nobody there. The only time that happened was in New York. He went through rounds for each event, came to the end, ran a fast, ran world record time. Yeah, the only thing you could probably say was some of the conditions were good. All right. But nonetheless, he did what he did, and the reason why it stands for so long is because of the magnitude of the records itself. So respect to that. As I said, with the 200 today, I'm happy for Nolan's. Proving a point, getting a sprint double. I respect a man that sets a goal and goes out and achieves it. Knighton, I thought would have been a little bit more of a challenge. And, Tebogo just needs, I think, he grew into the sport. But yeah, again, but I think a lot of persons say, boy, Tebogo, the youngster. But Knighton is younger than Tebogo. You get me? So I think, Knighton is really sitting. And I've always been one to be a fan of the second placers, because they've always proven over the years to come to the fore at the right time and deliver. When Asako was breaking world records, who was coming second? Tyson Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, because Tibogo is what? Tibogo is 20 and 9 is 19.
Yeah, 9 is 19. So, it's the youthfulness out there is scary. And, because Bolt was running 19.4 when he was in his teens. You get me? We saw 20.3 and we're like, yo, madness.
Yeah.
We saw 10-1 at champs and we're like, madness. And then now 9-9 with the men, 10-9 with the girls. So, the sport is growing and evolving, and these athletes are evolving, and it's, with knowledge and science and, great coaches. So, it's a lot to look forward to, and as I said, undoubtedly, because my final point, just wrapping up the entire championship so far, it speaks for itself. Every competition has been there. I don't think there's been an event where it's just a clear shot win from all the way you can call it. Everything has been competitive from start to finish, and I'm loving it, and I'm loving it for the sport. And this is what builds the sport.
I have a point though. I have a point. I think that that any person who breaks Bolt's record is going to be a 4-2 runner. I think so. And like the person to break it is possibly a 4-2 runner, more than a 1-2 runner.
Could be a 800 run. Yeah, I don't. I when I see it, fine. And I get the point you're saying in terms of that level, but you can't neglect to run 19-1. Needs a strong foundation of speed, not just strength or speed endurance. You need a strong foundation of speed.
Man say some weatherman prediction. Yeah, run out to that. Hey, so real quick, Coach Q. Not to really segue, but I've had this question for a long time. I'm Mohammed. So it is slipping over there talk about the 4x1. So let's say Jamaica gets a medal. Does Taekwondo Tracy technically should get a medal?
No, he wasn't in the relay pool.
He wasn't in the relay pool.
He wasn't
So
in
he
the
must
relay
actually
pool.
run what happened to reserve.
He needs to be in the. Do you see him on the list as a reserve, sir? You see? No, he's not there, and they are not going to put him on.
Okay. All right. I just
You can
wanted
get
to
a medal
know.
next year still now, bro.
Huh?
You can get a medal next year.
For Bahrain or Bahrain?
No, bro. Next year Olympics, bro. Them have martial arts at Olympics, so you can go join Taekwondo at Olympics and get
Listen,
a medal over there.
stop bullying the man.
Man, the thing is that me personally, I hate when a man cry over things. In the terms of, I say a man I get favor here, so favor there, so you will get it at some point in your life, man. So stop crying over that. So that's just my take. But
That's it.
yep,
I think that his approach could have been a little bit better. Could have been thought through it, but it's emotions and him hurt, so he just responded accordingly.
You know what? I threw him a tell a certificate of participation. Yeah, man. Can get that.
So,
Okay.
No, but
so
my take on the whole take on the Tracy matter. My problem, and this is my problem I had from the mixed release, right? My problem is that J3, when it comes down to their selection policy, they need to be consistent. Say you can't say this stands for one event and then you do a complete different thing in the next event.
I,
Because at the
Why
end of the
not?
day,
Why not?
I don't
Why
why
think
not?
not?
so. I don't think they need
No,
to be
that's
consistent.
inconsistent.
I don't think they need to be consistent as much as the communication needs to be better. So let us say, all right, let us say I am the head of J3s and I know say I bring Taekwondo Tracy and I know say damn, this guy just not good enough. I'm not gonna use him. My approach would have to be a private conversation with Tracy. Hey Tracy, listen here. This is a situation, I know we brought you here, I want to apologize, but as man to man, we just want to have this conversation, right? And he didn't allude that that happened, so I think, when you don't do something like that, and then it's kind of like a slight somebody, especially somebody who's more the emotional side, it tend to lead to this kind of reaction. So I think having a conversation with the athlete, letting the athlete know that hey, you probably still take it away, but I think there's more of a respect factor now. So you come to him as a man, and just let him know. I think
But even more so, let him know even before he board that plane to
yeah,
go to
Eh,
Budapest. Say,
But
boss man, you know that I don't think that Rate I have someone that I think is better for whatever not, and
yeah,
yeah, just as a matter of handling things professionally and getting things out of the way to avoid bulls like this happening. Because I mean, all of this could have been avoided easily.
yeah. Like when
why?
when you go to hold on the Akio, 1 second. When you go to like a championship, right? Especially the huge turnaround that Jamaica has had, right? Because Jamaica really turned it around from the mishaps that they were having,
Oh
right?
jeez, me.
So when you look at that now and them turn it around, you really don't want this kind of public, this negative publicity. You kind of want everything to stay in house and you just keep it that way. And again, as Coach Q said, like you know, probably if he had thought about it a little bit more, probably could have dealt with it differently. But the guy was just upset and he felt slighted and probably our line of work, wherever we work and so probably if something like that happened to us, probably would have feel slighted as well. You give your all, you make it to a conference or whatever, and then at the conference when they say, okay, you're going to be presented there or you're going to do this, then you get a text message so you're no longer a part of it. And them have other people. Probably that feel slighted. And so
Quick
I
question.
understand that
Quick
aspect.
question
Huh?
after you finish. Yeah man, finish
Yeah,
up
go
a
ahead.
question. I have a question
No,
after
go
that.
ahead, go ahead.
Rashid McDonald, didn't he partake at the trials?
He did. No, he didn't run the final.
He didn't
Yeah,
run the finals.
No, he got a I think he got a medical
no,
exception.
no, no.
He
He
applied
ran
for
the
a medical
semis.
exception.
He ran the
Yeah, he ran
semis.
the semis.
Oh,
I think I did. I don't remember.
at
I
the
really don't remember.
semis, man. I think him the cramp up before the semis.
Yeah, something like that. He asked for a medical exception though.
Alright, the reason why I ask you is because I've seen it all over. People are saying that he has had a faster time than Zenjan Barnes all season and blah blah blah. But I was like, didn't Zenjan Barnes finish third at trials?
No, no, no,
Yeah, he
no.
did.
No, Zadrian Barnes did not finish third at trials. He
No,
finished
Did
he had
not.
the
way
third.
at the back. I think a six in finish.
Yeah, yeah. So the person
Who
who
finished
finished
third?
third at trials never
Powell,
have the qualifying time.
Oh
Javon
yeah,
Powell
Jevan
finished
Powell.
third.
All
Yeah,
right,
And
so
you know,
all
and a
right,
man
so
like that you know have on the mixed relay team. And them the
yeah,
push semi I talk about.
yeah, that's where we need to go to. So yeah, Jevan Powell finished third at
yeah, but he
Chelsea.
never he never have a qualifying time for the flat four.
Yeah, so this is my thing now because I saw somebody else in the comment section say that Rasheen did get the medical exemption or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it that me I gonna bring a man with? Why wouldn't I bring a man with a 44.03? I mean, me personally, it's not a fan of Rasheen Madalna. Just saying. So nobody
Yeah.
even feel like I pick up Rasheen because he's not a fan of him. But
Uh-huh.
he had a season best of 44.03, right?
Uh-huh.
Why would I bring Zandri and Barnes ahead of this man?
So the reason I really don't know. I
You know,
really
so Zandri
can't.
and Barnes are
Could
part
I,
of what him there, you know. Zandri and Barnes are part of Sprint Tech, I think, you know.
can I take a crack at the question?
Sure.
Because first of all, he couldn't apply for a medical exemption because according to JHA rules, you can only get a medical exemption if you're ranked top 3 in the world before trials, not
Really?
after. Yes. So you can only apply for the medical exemption if you're ranked top 3 in the world before trials. That's what happened to Broadbell, right? So Broadbell was ranked top 3 before the Olympic trials. Problem with
Mm.
Broadbell is that Broadbell couldn't prove afterwards that he could have run faster than the 3 men that made the team, right? So that was the primary issue. The next issue is that Javon Paul was a part of the relay pool. So even though he finished sixth in the 400 meters, he was a part of the relay pool. So he would have been the next best
You,
person.
you mean Zandrian Barnes?
Sorry, Zandrian Barnes.
Okay.
He would have
Yeah.
been the next best person to be selected on the 400-meter team, according to J3's
No, but
policy.
he was also the only, yeah, he was also the only
Yeah,
one who have the qualifying time as well.
he wasn't the only one. There's a next young man by the name of
Which
Hales.
camp Zandri is in?
Huh?
Sprintec. So there's a next
Which camp is he a part of?
Sprint
Okay.
Tech.
Sprintec. So there's a next young man who participated in the NCAA's, who made the NCAA final. His name is Hales. I don't remember his first
Did
name.
he run at the trials?
He ran at the trials, but him ran in the final, but he never placed top 6.
All right, so
That's
it's
I'm
a
Raheem
trying to say.
Mills.
That's yeah,
okay.
Raheem Hales. So
Raheem
that's
or
I'm saying
Raheem,
that
something along that line.
that's why Zadrian had to be or Zandrian had to be selected over Rashim.
Okay.
So, but
Fair enough.
my problem is not necessarily even with that because based on their rules, fine. But I'm still upset about the fact that you had a Rashid McDonald and Javon Powell, and they don't run them in the mixed relay. That is
Because
my problem.
so then again, Akil, I don't think so. I don't think this thing is like a linear thing, right? Because who said that they wanted to run the mixed relay? Because again, remember, it has always been documented. Lee Ford Green came here and said it. A lot of Jamaican athletes declined to run the mixed relay.
I don't know if you know Coach Holloway. You think Coach Holloway wouldn't advise Javon Powell to run the mixed relay when that's an opportunity not only it's an opportunity for him to get prize money from making the finals,
So is
right?
it okay?
And him not gonna run him not gonna run the individual 400. Of
What happened
course,
to four
Mike
by
Holloway
four?
would,
What happened to 4x4?
but that would have been two prize money.
Yeah, well, again, Akil, we have to be careful to try to guess what is happening. But just I tell you, what somebody when the camp tell hold on, what somebody who has been in Jamaica camp tell me that a lot of these 400 runners they don't want to run the mixed relay. They're not interested in running the mixed relay. They want to run the 4x4 or the flat 4. That is the glory. A lot of them don't want to run the mixed relay.
But
Yeah,
the
but
reason why man it was just buck shuffling is because I was reading about the Zandri and Barnes situation, right? I'm
Yeah.
reading from one of the persons who selected the team. I think his name is Eatman or something along that line. Eatman, Eaton,
mhm.
something along that line. He
Mm-hmm.
said that McDonald was selected for the relay pool. Eatman said that while McDonald met the qualifying standard and has run fast since the national championships, Barnes deserved more consideration. Having completed all the rounds at trials, Barnes ran the final, he ran all the rounds, he ran the qualifying standard on several occasions, not just once. So that was the reason why they selected him.
Okay. And I think that is
Deserved
a
and go
fair.
with 6.
I mean, it really doesn't matter like what he placed. I mean, again, I'm talking about a flat 400, and I think if McDonald was in the flat four, because I've seen him in the flat four, I think the result would have likely be the same. I think they would. I don't think Rashid would have made the final
That is
again.
not true. Because
What you mean?
Rashid has been consistent throughout the year. He has been consistently dropping his times throughout
No,
the year.
no. So he run 44. He ran 40. He ran the 44:03 in Hungary. Right. He ran 44:03 in Hungary. Right. And then I think he ran like a faster time before that as well. But again, I've seen enough of Rashid McDonald in competition during a rounds to know that I wouldn't put
Why,
my money.
why are we doing this to
Me,
athletes?
me personally
Rashid,
not kill.
no,
Me
no, no.
personally not kill a decision those things like him. The reason being, I'm
Mm,
looking at it right.
yeah.
Why this shit is why?
What
Go
you
on,
mean?
Akil.
What you mean? Why
Why
are
are
we
we,
doing this to
why are
athletes?
we doing this to athletes? 2015, we understand that yes, the man ran the national record in the first round and then wasn't able to replicate that in the second round.
Okay.
Why is it that we are using this to beat the man?
What you think? What you think is that alone using? What has Rashid McDonald done on a championship level, on a championship stage from 2015 to 2023? You tell
No,
me.
no, no. Even if he hasn't performed well at championships, it doesn't change the fact that this year he was performing well.
No, but
This could have,
again, all of these things that he has run, Akil, is one-off races. I am saying from a championship perspective, I'm not giving him the nod over as Levon said in the
You know
article.
what? You know what? I go back to my cutthroat ways, man. You're a big boy. I'm glad to see anybody there, man. Backside. I've
No,
seen enough.
we
Me
can't
tell you
just
why.
jump up and
I'm looking at Zanjan, right?
yeah.
Zanjan is 22. Go and get the experience, man. Of course, you run some
No,
sub 45
let
this season.
Rasheen go run 4x4. He
Yes,
can
man.
be on the 4x4 team. Flat four,
Give
absolutely
me a
not.
one or two leg bun
Make the
off a
team.
4x4.
Make the team for the
Backside.
flat four. Make the team for the flat four. No
Yes, man.
one make the team for the flat
no,
four.
no,
Go through
Kems,
the
no, no,
round.
no, 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 Kems. Would you run with a cramp or a sprain?
All right, probably not. But then if I
Okay.
don't run, I don't want consideration for a flat event. Make me run the relay. That's just me.
No, but him
We can't.
can't run.
I'm just say, boss. I just said I wouldn't want consideration for a flat event. So if I was in Rashid McDonald's situation, let me run the 4x4. Give Zanjan Barnes the 400 flat.
Yeah,
That's my thing.
But my thing is that Zanjian Barnes, right? He said if they come fourth at trials, would I understand? He said if they come fifth, would I understand? But he came
All right,
sixth.
who came fourth?
When him again from something there from a Titans track club, the 400 meter,
But he
Malik
did
James King.
okay, and he was on the
He was
mixed
on the
relay.
mixed relay team.
Okay, okay,
I I think
good.
I think Demish Gale beat Zanjian Barnes.
Yeah, man. I
I
think
think
them
that
fifth.
then Demish came fifth, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then Zanjan comes
Yeah,
sixth.
yeah. Listen,
That's a
listen.
guy, yeah, man.
You'll
You
never
always
see
a
me on
go.
here making. You never see me on here making an argument for Big Boy at all for no championship. He has shown me enough that going through rounds, he's not somebody that I could
And
depend on.
and you know, and he was
Javon
and
wanted
he
to.
was sorry,
Javon wanted to run the mixed relay. I heard him in the background of a live saying he was ready and was not selected.
becoming no coach. No, me not say me no, me not say
Is
me
this
no coach all the
is
way.
it crazy Swaby? Is this before the mix relay had ran or was it before? Was it after or before? I know so we have a tendency to start talk after things don't happen. So was it before or after?
I me not gonna say me no coach all the way because that's not true. That's madness, right? But based on what based on watching the podcast that they have, he has a podcast with some other coaches. I'm just not sure that he would not prepare Javon, knowing that he's not gonna run an individual 400
Oh,
to not run the mixed relay.
I said that was the morning.
I
But
just don't see it.
that's why good still not kill. I just
But
part
again, but
parts of it.
again, I don't think none of the again we know what the issue in the mixed relay was, and I don't think it was none of the men. And I don't think if we had Javon Powell, I don't think the result would have been different, to be
Because
honest.
again, Kims, as you pointed out, I think one of the major issue with this team was Natalia Gold being on there, and so get a female that is better than Natalia Gold on there who can
Yeah.
afford.
So
No,
Natalia
no,
Gould
no,
was,
no, no.
hold on,
What?
Akil. So Natalia
Mhm.
Gould was one, and then two was that she allowed them to squeeze her out and put her all the way at the back in that same relay. So her lack of speed is one, which Akil, you have came on here and said she don't have the foot speed for even competing at the 800 and the elite level. Plus, no, why we're gonna put her if she don't have the foot speed for the 800? Why the hell would we put her on a 400 leg for go ahead and go there and execute? I believe if it was a 50 point or a 50 or a 51 point runner, I think it would have bared greater benefits for Jamaica. Like you
But e-
can't run 53 and expect to do anything good.
but even Malik James King, the fact that he literally split 45-8 in a 400, not be sorry, that not good
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, but
Yeah,
then
but
again, I feel
What else could have been done, bro? You're fighting a lost cause. Based on where you are, in a really matter, I could have
yeah,
split for
like
four.
the man get the button like at last place, like
And I'm not talking about just a regular last, but about
it, with a
last.
gap. So the way how you would normally structure your 400-meter for run for have strength for bring you home, that is a strength you're exerting in order to try and catch the group. So then now, when the group now are kicking, there is no more kick for you because you have already exerted all that energy to try and catch up the crowd. So that's what I'm saying. I believe insert another female for Natalia Gould, a faster one with more foot speed, I think we're having a different conversation. Probably,
I think
who
we'd have
knows
had the
if
same conversation.
I
we
said,
can't say. I believe it will be different. You think it's the same? I believe it will be
Akil,
different.
you cannot say that, bro. Because all right, let's say you got a for argument's sake, let's say a Cherokee young, right? On that leg where Natalia was. Give James King the button about fifth or fourth or somewhere there in the mix. Don't you think that his race strategy would have been way different versus getting the button in last place?
I understand the race strategy, but at the
And
same
again,
time,
Akil, remember say me can say this point blank, You said there's some champs. Me no rate James King not all, Just point that out.
I think his 400 meters is dropping 400-meter time this year will serve it very well in the four hurdles. But that's another conversation. But what I talk about as it relates to Malik James King, even though his tactics was thrown off by the fact that he was the dead start, 45-8 split
Yeah,
in a 400-meter, no,
no,
so that not good
You
no,
enough.
did
again,
you did run a last cause, brother.
yeah,
No man,
Akil,
that not
keep
good
on.
enough.
No, Akil, so again, I tell you, like when you analyze the track and field thing, like McCann analyze 45 meters, 45 8. We have to look at all of the causes we cause at
Context.
45 8. So, say for example, last year, I'm gonna show you. Last year, when Demish game start the relay and split 46, there is no,
Unacceptable.
there, may have to beat him because there was nothing because he must start the relay. So there's nothing for split 46. There's not one more for catch up on. It's just you executing a good 400 meters. What I'm saying, with everything what Malik James King have against him, I don't think Javon Powell could have done really much better.
Of course, Javon Powell will do much better.
You can say you can talk
Okay, so
absolute
so
if you
so
want. I
Javon
just
Paul
don't
would
think
have
so.
split 45-3, and where that would have gotten us.
Javon Powell wouldn't have split 45 and 45-3. He would have
So,
he would have split 44.
You don't
you're
know that,
sure
Akil.
about
You
that?
do not know that.
I'm sure about that.
One
No,
thing
you do
Akil,
not.
you see thing about you Akil, you're always sure in a brother.
You're always sure till you're not
Okay.
sure. You're always sure till you're not sure. Remember last year, tell me said Jenna Pandini is going to medal in the 200, Remember no good, remember good no Akil? And you were so sure. So again, you're always sure until you're not sure. So I'm saying, I don't think it would have make a difference. I'm not sure, but I just don't think so. Based on how the race was executed. I just don't think so. And probably Javon Powell, if they had made the final, probably he would have been the one to coming into the final. Who knows?
Yeah, but all me I said, Akil, no problem. Bring
To
in
see that
Javon
Javon,
Paul. Hold on now. Bring in Javon Paul for James King, right? But still, get rid of Natalia goal.
You could have only
I,
make one change.
not I wouldn't have on my team. In fact, the team to begin with, me have a problem with. But you know what? We'll move on.
But I think we have run the race for tonight. Big up everybody in the comment section, man. Ensure
Hmm.
that you guys keep on liking, keep on subscribing, and keep on sharing. I believe hopefully there'll be a show tomorrow to just close off everything. But Sunday will be the last day, right?
Yeah, so tomorrow is the
Four
two
by
4 by
ones.
one finals
And four by four is eats
and
are
4 by
tomorrow.
4 heats. And then
Yeah,
Sunday,
and also shot put
Yeah,
final.
shot put final. Yeah.
But
so Jamaica have potentially five more 5 more medals to get.
Adele tracing the 800.
All right, come on now.
No, we're saying potentially. But we know
Yeah,
that
not
but
not
four.
that's
Potentially
still
four. Logically four.
yeah.
And
The
the release.
shot put no chance.
No chance.
but me
Well,
nervous. Me
well, well,
nervous
well,
about
well,
four
well,
by.
well, 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 well. You see, based on what I've seen up at these championships, never say never.
With the field events, right?
Yeah.
Me
Never say
nervous.
never.
Me nervous about the 4 by 4 for women.
Why?
In terms of medaling, me
Mm.
nervous.
Okay.
They're
Me
going to put
nervous, man.
probably they're going to put what's her name? Genevieve Russell on it because I think
They might go
she
put that. They might put that upon him, man.
probably Natalia Gould as well. Make sure redeem herself. Listen, man.
But,
You know.
gentlemen, respect, man. Coach Q was
Mhm,
here earlier. Big up
mhm.
yourself, Games. Akeem,
Yes,
big up
sir.
yourself. People, yeah, we'll start the show late because of technical difficulties and all that, but or in yourself, man. Big up once again. Thanks for tuning in. And let's ensure that you like, subscribe, and share. Until we see you again, peace out. Enjoy the rest of your night, morning, whatever it is.